All right, guys. Ooh, it's cold, man. 46 degrees. What about BBIG, man? Yeah, we decided to start. I was up, so I figured I'd start the stream early, to be honest. All right. So we had Disney earnings yesterday. Hey, what's up, Pawn? Good morning, guys. I know it's gonna be really early today, and that's all. That's okay. You know. All right, so remember. All right. What's up, chocolate? Hey, nice, Eric. Yeah, we're here a little bit early. It's all good. Bitcoin hit 45K. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man, Bitcoin tapped 45K. That's great. That's great. Yeah, Bitcoin up to 45.1 thousand, 45.1 thousand, which is great. Again, volatility in the crypto market is generally pretty solid for me overall. I want to see crypto do well. It's something I've been believing in for the last year and a half. So, ooh, it's cold, man. So you love to see it do well. You really do. We're at about 45.09 thousand. Hey, what's up, Krista? Hey, good morning from Katie. Hey, good morning from Houston, or like spring, you know. Good morning. Ooh, it's early, man. I couldn't go back to sleep, though. I was up. So it's all good. Yeah. Hey, congrats, Eric. That's great, bro. That's awesome, man. So yeah, I'm kind of checking crypto right now. We got BBIG, AMC. I think what I'm going to do is the first poll we're going to do is what stocks you want up on the screen. Like what stocks you want me to work on early. I know Twitter drops earnings this morning. So let me check Earnings Whisper to see what time Twitter drops their earnings. It looks like they drop them at 6 a.m. this morning. But I think they might have come out already. Let me see. Here's BBIG. Here's Twitter. I don't think they dropped them yet. I think they come out in 10 minutes. Let me see when their earnings call is. Hold on. All right, so the earnings call for Twitter. We're just going to register here. I think the earnings call might be live already. One thing I don't like about Epidemic Sounds is that I used to just let my playlist ride. Now they put a stopper on it where I have to click view more just to see the newest songs. Yeah, CPI data comes out. Bitcoin hit 45K, which is great. It's sitting. Let's see if it bounces at 45K. I think that's the big thing. I mean, let's see if it bounces. All right, so BBIG up to 350s. All right, so what stock are you watching the most this morning? We got AMC, BBIG. We'll do what penny stock are you watching the most this morning? AMC, BBIG. We're going to call AMC a penny stock just for argument's sake. SNDL. And then what was the other one? It was like DCFC. Put it on the poll. And, you know, the result of this will influence what we put up on our screen in the morning, too. What time does the CPI data drop? Looking at the SPY news here. What time's the CPI data supposed to drop, which is inflation data? I think usually it's like around the open. AREB. Yeah, ARB's kind of running up a little bit. Not the best volume, but it's trying. And so far, AMC and BBIG are tied, and so we know which ones we want to include up here. Got a lot of people watching SNDL too, but we'll keep both of these up. We'll put a 5-minute chart on BBIG up. Do y'all think the squeeze is going to happen? I know Shaq did his. They announced Shaq's partnership with Lomo, where he was going to do some type of show called Shaq's Funhouse on the platform, and so a lot of people are hyped up about that. All right, so 8:30 Eastern time. Thank you, Clinton. All right, so I wonder if you could put the volume back on the mover scanner. Yeah, oh, my bad. I don't know what I did to mess that up, but I did something. The volume's here. What I got to get rid of is this change level. If I get rid of change, there's the volume. You can see it. All right, so AMC, guys. AMC ripped up. I'm still holding Disney. So I made, you can see I made some money on Disney yesterday. Just to throw it up real quick. We made some money on Disney's earnings call. And I don't like buying things before the earnings call or before the earnings, but I definitely don't mind buying dips after very strong earnings. And that's what I did yesterday. You can see I'm up about $60 on it. So not bad, you know. So we're very green on Disney this morning. Watching AMC to see what happens here. It's at 1870s right now, 1870. So we'll see if we get a move. Hey, what's up, Adam G? IRNT. Yeah, here's IRNT. IRNT is running. We have IRNT. We have AREB this morning. Pity stock runners. Yeah, I always stay out before any big figures hit maker. Most of the time, like I'll play the numbers after they come out. Like what I did with Disney yesterday, if we look at the trade, if we look at Disney, what I did with Disney yesterday is I was listening to the earnings call, and we usually live stream the major earnings calls. We did yesterday with Disney. We live streamed the entire earnings call. We did it with Lyft the other day. We did it with Amazon a few days ago. And so we generally live stream the major earnings calls. And what we do for some of these is we wait for really good earnings to come out. So if a stock has really good earnings like Disney here, we wait for it to come out and then we buy the dip. All right, so we waited for this one to come out. We bought the dip about right here. We bought it really a little bit higher than that, maybe like right there. And then we rode the bounce, took profit, waited for it to dip again, added a little bit more, and then rode the bounce back up. And we decided to just keep holding it in case Disney started to run. Again, I don't mind holding this one for a month if I need to. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to give myself a very strict exit area, time, or level, but I know that if it breaks back under this major support at 156.50 or 156, we're going to get out. Green, you know. So we'll see what happens. Let me know what you think. But we got BBIG here. A lot of people were watching BBIG for a potential squeeze. This one's got a really high short float. Everybody's kind of interested to see if it's going to squeeze. Same thing with AMC. AMC's finally bouncing back some. I think this 1875 level is big for AMC. You can see 1875 right here. I think 1875 is big, and I think more than anything relevant right now is number one, that 1875 level, because it's the previous high from yesterday. So it's yesterday's highs in AMC. So 1875 is yesterday's highs. And again, I mean, if you guys have been watching the stream, have I not been telling people that I liked AMC where it was? You know, and I hope you guys understand. Like, you don't have to trade exactly like I have, but like the premise of my trading long term, the premise of my trading, not long term, but the premise of my swing trading is I look for generally okay companies that are beaten up recently that I can buy into. I'm a bottom feeder. I wait for beat up companies that are healthy and that I think are going to be around in 5-10 years. And, you know, I look for them to be oversold and extended on the downside, and I buy that dip. And if you've been watching the stream, I've been saying that with AMC. I said I like AMC where it was, and this was at like $15 a share before this move. I liked it where it was at 15. I thought that considering the size of AMC's following and all the traders watching it, it could probably bounce there, and it did. And I think you can learn something from that trading style because it works. That trading style certainly works. Hey, what's up, Martin? Yeah, BKKT is another one that we could pay attention to. All right, BBIG up, AMC up. Vote on the poll. Let me know which one you like the most. Hey, well, do your thing, Hitmaker. I'm not mad at you. Yeah, earning trading shows are great. A lot of smart people commenting. Yeah, I've noticed that, man. We've got a lot of really cool traders that join us for those earnings calls. I think let me think of the most delicate way to say this. I mean, I'm day trading myself, right? But I think day trading gravitates towards two different types of people. I think it gravitates towards the impatient like me and how can I say this? Gamblers. I think day trading gravitates impatient like me and sometimes gamblers. And so I think when we do these earnings calls, it brings a lot of other really smart people into it, and you know, it gives you their perspective, which I think is valuable. Speaking of gamblers, Astra is a pure gamble. I mean, listen, I'm a huge gambler, bro. I love gambling. Like I'm a huge poker player. Let me clarify. I like playing poker. You know, um, I'm a big poker player, and so if I could play poker, you know, we're doing okay. And I make money in poker too. Hey, what's up, Juan? What's up, Ali? What's up, Blessed Child? Good morning. I think AMC gets interesting at 21. I think AMC gets interesting at 21 because of in the money and out of the money calls. I mean, people can say whatever they want, but how correct have I been regarding AMC over the last few years? You know, like I think I've been pretty right about AMC. I don't think many are going to give me credit because I think sometimes me being right is stuff that people don't want to happen. But I've been pretty spot on with AMC. You know, everything I said would happen happened, and including the bullishness 3 days ago, 3 4 days ago, and really I've been saying it multiple times every day. But we've been right about AMC. Um, we do have Twitter earnings call that is dropping.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so the Twitter conference call, the Twitter earnings call already dropped. I guess it's just a replayable thing, and I don't. And let's look at Twitter really quick. Twitter did have some numbers that dropped. Kathy Wood sells another 12 million in Twitter shares ahead of the fourth quarter earnings report. Oh, this is the third quarter of 21. I want the fourth quarter of Twitter. Where you at, bro? Oh, here it is. All right, so at 7 a.m., Twitter's going to be doing a conference call. They're going to be dropping Twitter results, and look at Twitter skyrocket here on these results. Twitter just ripped. I'm going to go ahead and read these results for Twitter. The conference call for Twitter is going to be at 7 a.m. But Twitter did have good numbers. It looks like they're flying up right now in that news. Maybe we'll buy the dip here. They announced fourth quarter and fiscal year 21 results. They said, quote, and I'm quoting here from this conference, Twitter had a solid fourth quarter to finish 21 with over $5 billion in annual revenue, which is up 37% for the year. And that was said by Ned Siegel, Twitter's CFO, their chief financial officer. There are no changes to our goals. And of course, this is quoting again of there's no changes to our goals of 315 million average MDAU in the fourth quarter of 2023 and 7.5 billion or more revenue in 2023. So good guidance. Our increased focus on performance ads and the SMB opportunity after the sale of MoPub positions us even better for 22 and beyond. They saw revenue was 5.8 or 5.08 billion. Yeah, we're gonna drop this here. These are the Twitter numbers right now, guys. These are the Twitter numbers. Twitter saw fourth quarter EPS of 33 cents profit, missed the 35-cent profit estimate, put in sales of 1.57 billion, missed the 1.58 billion estimate. So, you know, the initial numbers are misses here. They reported a new $4 billion buyback plan. So, with all that stuff, they reported a new $4 million buyback plan. All right, so yeah, pretty good news on the buyback, but we'll see if that helps ultimately prop Twitter up here. Looking at these numbers again, Twitter's fourth quarter average monetizable daily user growth was 13% to 217 million. 217 million. But yeah, you can see Twitter. Rip. Hey, what's up, Roll? That's right. Hit the like. Dude, I see so many of these scams, bro. I see so many of these scams, dude, where they claim to be somebody famous and then they just don't. But look at Twitter Rip. 39.50s. We'll see if it holds. Had to use my investigation skills to find you. Really, Play? Where's Carol? Carol's my wife. Just to put it in perspective, that's my wife. She's not here right now. She's sleeping. All right, so yeah, Twitter's up on good earnings. We've got SNDL. A lot of people were watching. We got BBIG for the second squeeze today. Is it going to squeeze again? Let me know. Because it's up. Is YouTube really making it that hard to find me, Play? No notifications? That's strange. Would you guys rather 2 charts up or 4 charts? Yeah, waiting for the Tide news. Yeah, vote on the poll right now. It's still early. It's really early. It's only like 6 a.m. my time, 7 a.m. market time. I don't know what I want to do with Disney. Again, if we break under 156.50, I think I'm going to cut it. And so we're at 157.41 right now. We're still going to be very green. 4 charts. Yeah, it's just YouTube AI. It's all good. I've been here long enough to kind of expect it, to be honest. Like, it just happens a lot. Like, we see it a lot. It's all good. Yeah, but it's not that YouTube buried Connor P, you know? And I know Connor. I talked to Connor about that. That's not what it is at all, man. What it is everybody is streaming right now. Literally everybody, bro. Everybody is streaming right now. You know? Everybody. You know, there's like 30 streamers right now. Like back a year ago, it used to be just me and like 2 or 3 other people. Now everybody wants to live stream. And a lot of people aren't even showing live trading. And so what you get here, different than everywhere else, is that we actually trade live and show you our P&L as we do it, which is not really what most people do. But that's the difference, is that the streaming market is just saturated. You know, the streaming market's saturated. There's just so many streamers. It has nothing to do with YouTube burying anybody. It's just a saturation of streamers. It's just everybody streaming. That's why you got to start dropping other types of content besides live streams. And number 2 is that the day trading niche is actually really small. You know, and again, I've been doing this for years. I've seen the fluctuations. It's normal. Like, we still average. Like, I can show you my stats here, and like we still average pretty good numbers. In terms of like our live stream viewership. You just got to be smart with it, you know. The other thing that you got to understand about YouTube is that, like, these are my views, which are really pretty solid. The other thing you got to understand about YouTube is that if you post too much, they'll penalize your channel. So, like, YouTube likes scarcity. So it's one of the things, like, okay, you got some streamers that good morning, John Long and Uber. Yeah, I saw Uber drop numbers. So I saw Uber drop numbers. It's at 4260. So we'll see what happens with Uber. I know it dropped fourth quarter numbers yesterday, but we're mostly watching BBIG. We're going to see how Twitter reacts to all this news too. Twitter's flying up. I should have bought this dip because that dip looked super profitable. But I mean, it's just a saturation of streamers, man. The game changes. You're not going to be able to just keep doing the same thing without changing, and that's part of it. You know what I mean? That's kind of how it goes. It is what it is. And if you want like a real perspective on it, look at Warrior Trading. All right, Warrior Trading streams live. And generally he used to get like 8 to 10,000 people there. Now he gets 2. You know what I mean? And so, it's not just individualized to one person. It's everybody. Yeah, BBIG Prague. Yeah, look at Twitter though, man. Twitter's flying. Prague. A lot of people talking about Prague today too. I don't know what the numbers are going to be looking like for Prague, but we could still watch it. All right, so AMC up to 1877. Prague, let's look at some levels for Prague. We've got $2. We've got 207s, 206. We've got 185s, 190s. So these are the 3 major levels that I'm seeing right now. I don't see anything else. We got $2. We got the high of the day from yesterday at 205. We'll see what happens there. For BBIG, put a 5-minute chart up. I think that'll be a little bit more clear. BBIG, we got this low at 330. We've got, I want to say 350, but it's actually more like 345, maybe 344 here. And then we've got this high up there. And so that's BBIG's levels. We'll see what happens there. Look at the daily chart for BBIG. Yeah, I mean, $4 relevant, 455, those levels up there. But these are the short-term levels for BBIG that I see on the chart. Here's AMC. AMC, the big level right now for AMC is $19, 19 and 20. We've got the previous closing price at $18.94. So technically AMC is gapping down, but it had a huge run yesterday from $16.50 all the way up to $18.75. Yeah, what I said whenever I dropped the poll was that we're going to consider AMC a penny stock for the poll's sake. And so it's not really, but, Yeah, for sure, play. And that's just part of YouTube, man. That's just part of YouTube, Playmaker. Like, everybody. Either way, my point is that YouTube's competitive, man. Like, listen, anybody that can get over 100 people in their live stream is making at least $30,000 to $50,000 a year from YouTube. Like 100%. Like, no question. If you can get 200 to 300, you're making even more. If you can get 3 to 4 or 500, you're making even more, and so it's going to be competitive. You're going to have to compete with everybody, and it's not going to just stay stagnant. It's not going to stay even. Like, you're going to have to keep evolving and growing, and if you don't, you're going to lose, and it's part of it. You got to stay in that. The other thing to talk about is that the day trading niche is small. There's only so many viewers. The broader investing niche, large, way more people. But day trading specifically, not a huge niche, not a ton of people. And so you're splitting your viewership between a bunch of other people. And so you got to look at it from all those sides. No, Twitch doesn't have the viewership to make it worthwhile for trading content. Hey, what's up, DS? Good morning, bro. And we get a good enough viewers here, man. I mean, I think that the 8:30, or I think the 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. time frame is very saturated with streamers, but we usually get 300-400 people here live, and then we live stream earnings calls where we'll get anywhere between like 200 and 400 people generally if it's a big earnings call. We do a bunch of stuff. We drop videos, so the big thing is, like, as a channel, you can't rely solely on streaming unless you're doing like an all-day stream type of thing. All right, so AMC at 1879s. 1879s. Let me know what you think about it. All right, so you guys would prefer 4 charts up? Let me know. What I could do is I could put 4 charts up, and then I can make 2 of these really small like this. So we could put like SNDL up, or we could put like Prague up, or Twitter is running, or we could put ECOL. A lot of people talked about that one yesterday. That one gapped up pretty heavily. We could talk about DRMA, which is gapping up again in pre-market this morning here. So I think this is probably the right way to do it. Miss those days when we had 1,000 viewers. Market was hot. Yeah, market slows down, man. That was a once in a year event. And you'll still see that. Like, when we have something that runs crazy, like the last time we hit 1,000 viewers, I think was like it was during I believe it might have been through a BBIG's latest squeeze. It was actually during the DWAC initial run, when DWAC spiked up to 175 or whatever crazy ridiculous number it was. We had 1,000 people there, and that was a few months ago. And so market catalysts are going to dictate volume. Yeah, man, those are fun. 6 charts? Nah, 6 charts too much. I think this chart. Do y'all like this, where it is, where I can have 2 kind of highlighted stocks with large charts, and then we can have 2 smaller charts below it? I think that works really well. Who are you talking about, Bob? The ASTR launch window opens up at 3 p.m. today. Hey, nice. Yeah, I think I like this. I could even make these a little bit smaller too. So we can look at SNDL, we can look at DRMA, but we can keep these charts up a little bit larger. I think that works. Yeah. Yeah, here's AMC. We're at 1879s. I want to just get the broader view of this. And I think for these, since the chart's smaller, we got to put like a 5-minute chart up for SNDL. We should also put studies on to see what they're doing, like this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to talk bad about any trader directly. So, Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm a chartist, SOPA, SOPA guys. Look at SNDL number 1. SNDL is creeping towards that previous close up there at like 57 cents. We also have SOPA showing up, but I don't trust SOPA with a 10-foot pole here. This is incredibly sketchy stock. They hit the offering, which means that they're not making enough money in actual like business to where they have to sell shares, right? So they're needing to sell shares to survive, and you can see they did an offering yesterday and just tank their stock, and now it's starting to bounce back some. And if they are going to run, I think it's going to be on this. We'll see. I don't really talk about me, Kevin. The only thing I've ever said about me, Kevin, is that I used to watch his real estate content, and so I kind of like Meet Kevin, to be honest. As a real estate agent myself, I don't. I like Meet Kevin. I used to watch him when he used to go door to door selling stuff. And it was, and I never had the balls to do that, to go door to door, but like it was good content. I like Meet Kevin. I'm not against him per se. I think a lot of big time traders. I don't think Meet Kevin probably even knows about this channel in general. Number one, but number two is I think a lot of gurus that do know about this channel don't like me because I'm honest with people, and that hurts their business. I mean, I'm not talking about Meet Kevin, but. Yeah, Cassie. I mean, to be honest, you're going to find a lot of toxicity in the trading world. There's just a lot of toxic people, like especially the culture of the last year. The last year's culture of trading has, the beautiful part of the stock market is that we all have different views. It's such a subjective, environmentally based like thing that you're gonna have vastly different views than a lot of other people, and that's okay. That's the beautiful part of it. We got to look at it and see that as an endearing thing, not something that's negative. But you got a lot of traders that are really, what it is though is that you got a lot of traders that are really insecure about their own positions, is what it truly is. Like, you got a lot of traders that are insecure about their own positions, and so anytime somebody has an opposing view, they freak out. And usually they're young, but never, Pony. No, we're the only one, bro. We are the only one, dude. I couldn't sell you a live raft. Yeah, hey. I mean, I'm a salesman in my own way. Like, I can plug things and sell things like as an affiliate on the internet. And I'm generally a pretty good talker. Like, I can converse well with people usually. But my problem is I'm too empathetic towards people. So when they're like, I don't give them a hard sell, I don't like pressuring people that way. I don't like being pressured that way. I don't like pressuring people that way. All right, so SNDL ripping. We've got IRNT, which is interesting. It's at 433s right now. Yeah, CPI data drops. Hey, you know what, Pony? That's me, bro. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, SPAC, I don't even like the word FUD. I think there's bears and bulls. Like, look, my wife got me this. My wife got me this the other day, or the other day. Super dope. Honestly, really heavy, real bronze too. So my wife got me this the other day, and there's always bears and bulls and everything, and sometimes bears can be a little bit louder, but there's always bears and bulls. All right, so Bitcoin did dump under 45K. So Bitcoin's been running today, dumped under 45K. Now we got SNDL trying to creep back up here. SNDL is trying to move up. We got IRNT. Uber's at 42.50s, which looks pretty good. But Uber's been about at $40 a share for like a year plus now. All right, so AMC at 1880s. Yeah, jobless claims in about an hour. Yeah, but Pony, that sounds like nonsense, bro. I mean, he could say it's worth 700K. I guess this thing's worth 1.3 million. You know, anybody want to buy it? But like, it doesn't mean it's true. It's true. Yeah, we're watching BKKT2, Peter, for sure. CPI comes out at 8:30 Eastern. Yeah, I mean, if we look at the SPY, here's IRNT. SNDL starting to pop up. If we look at the SPY here, SPY is at 457.30s. 457.30s. Me, Kevin, is going to go private for his paying customers. I'd like to know the data if he gains more customers or stays the same. Well, he's going to gain more customers but lose followers, if that makes sense, obviously, because every follower is not going to want to pay. Yeah, he certainly does not have that many private ones. He probably has that many public ones that like followers in general, but Wall Street Bets doesn't have one individual YouTube channel. You got a bunch of like posers trying to pretend to be Wall Street Bets to gain a following, but they don't have an actual like individualized YouTube channel. You got some hilarious channels though, I will say that. How's DraftKings doing, man? I'm holding DraftKings. SPY is slightly red today. Here's DraftKings. DraftKings is up to 23.6. A pro trader told me that he's in and out of a stock in minutes. Is that a profitable way to trade? Yeah, John, that's what I do, man. That's how I trade, bro. DraftKings is looking good, man. You love to see it. But yeah, that's how I trade, bro. I mean, I get in and out in seconds, 15, 30 seconds a lot of the time. So any type of trading system and strategy can be profitable. It's not one or the other. It's not like, oh, this is profitable and this isn't. It's all about the trader themselves instead of the strategy. A trader can make any strategy work for the most part as long as it's not like a ridiculous strategy. Like most broadly ranging strategies work. The problem is that the trader's not disciplined to cut losses. That's the root of all issues in trading, is that generally the trader is not good enough, cannot cut losses. Is generally how it goes. Like traders are generally not disciplined enough to cut losses when they should, and thus, even if the strategy is more profitable and profitable in general, I guess I should say, they still lose because they are not disciplined enough to cut losses when they should be. And that is the root of a large majority of traders' problems and issues. I did go on Benzinga yesterday with Mitch. I hope you guys caught that. It was fun to hang out with Mitch. He said he might bring me back on next Wednesday. We'll see. But we did go on Benzinga yesterday. It was fun. Let me know if you saw me there. Yeah, Marshall, I said it earlier. I guess I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this poll because what I said earlier is we're going to include AMC into this. I was trying to see what everybody's watching, but what I said was that we're going to include AMC as a penny stock just to include it in the poll to see if people are interested in it. Would you rather buy BBIG or AMC this morning, and why? Or we're just going to do this morning. Let us know why in chat. Hey, yes, sir, Justin. Cut losses as soon as you realize you were wrong. Yeah, I mean, one thing that's going to massively benefit most traders. Here's something that's really going to help traders. All right, you want to help traders? Here's what it is. Right? You need help trading. This is what you do. And listen, guys, listen. Okay? Traders, in trading, if you want to do better, what you ultimately need to do is you need to calculate, I got my new drink coming. It's called Calculate. Anyways, you need to calculate risk reward in every single trade you ever get involved with, no matter what, no matter if you're going to miss the trade. You need to calculate your risk reward in every single trade you get involved with. You need to know where your risk is. You need to know where your reward target is. You need to know where your stop loss level is. You need to know where you're getting in and where you're getting out, and you need to stick to that plan like glue. You need to follow that plan no matter what. That is your guide in the trade. And the reason most traders lose is because they don't calculate risk reward. They randomly enter a position, and then it turns against them. And because they don't have a plan of where they're supposed to get out, they just kind of convince themselves to keep holding. It's called bag holding. They just convince themselves to keep holding a position, and they just keep losing and losing and losing. Sometimes they end up doubling down and adding more shares and adding more shares. Why? Because they didn't have a set, detailed plan before they got involved with it, and then their whole account's gone. That's how most new traders lose their account. And so if you want to combat that, just calculate risk reward. Figure out where you're going to get in, where you're going to get out, where your risk level is, and where your stop loss level is. Those 4 things: risk, reward, entry, exit. Entry, exit, stop, profit target. That's all you got to figure out. And if you figure out those things, you will be less emotional in trades. You will not worry as much about the trade in general because you know exactly what you're supposed to do no matter what happens. And it's just going to be an easier time trading as a general trader. It's going to be easier. And so do that. Yeah, for sure. Give us your opinion on wealth, income, inequality in America. No, thank you, John. I'm going to avoid that question like the plague. It's too divisive and polarized, sir. He had the nerve at the end of the doom and gloom video to ask his fans to join him on a new investment opportunity. I don't even know. Like I said, I don't even know what he's doing over there, bro. I've never seen any of his content, bro. I've never seen his content, dude. Hey, thank you, Eric. Yeah, y'all hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We got 67. We got over 200 people here, but only 67 likes. I mean, I'm kind of hurt by that, guys. It's like a dagger through my heart. Okay. Hit the like button, See how it feels. Try it one time. Everybody's doing it. Just do it once. See how it feels. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button as well. All right, so most people are saying they would rather buy AMC today. It's at 70%. Yeah. Doesn't he have Bloomberg Terminal? Bro, I'll tell you this, though. If Bloomberg Terminal gave me the earnings releases before everybody else, I might buy it, man. That would pay for itself with one good trade. I might buy it. I used to be super against Bloomberg, but the real question is, outside of the money you would make in as affiliate of them, if they even had an affiliate program, how fast do they release earnings? Is it really before everybody else, or is it just kind of gimmicky? Like you're paying $15,000 a year just to, which really is a little bit over $1,000 a month. How much is it a year? You got to create synthetic likes. No, we don't. Carol made money, Ricardo. Carol made money, bro. All right, so BBIG at 350. We've got SDL at 56.5. We've got AMC at 1869. So we'll see if it gets there. Disney, we made some money on Disney. Dude, why does my screen still show? Why does my screen still show that it's from yesterday? Well, at what time does Thinkorswim reset to the next day? Because I mean, it's showing me that I'm up a little bit this morning, but this is from yesterday. This is kind of yesterday's profit. Does BBIG bounce at 345? I think BBIG has a number of support levels that are relevant here. Look at this. We got support here. We got support here. We've got support here. We've got support here. So I think we've got a number of support levels that are relevant. Resistance area here too. Resistance area here too. So I think this 345 level is relevant for BBIG. Now, will it hold? I don't know. But we're watching 345. I think it's a good step in the right direction. We've got these highs up there. 350 is something I generally watch, but it hasn't respected 350 at all. So I don't know if I'm really going to watch that. We've got 330s. So these are the three levels I'm mostly watching. AMC dipping down. It's at 1860s. SNDL trying to creep back up and break the previous close at 57 cents. And then we also have, let me make sure this is for, yeah, that's for pre-market. Good. I see we had like DRMA gap up. Twilio had good earnings yesterday. A lot of stuff had pretty good earnings, to be honest. DDOG up to 170s. IRNT penny stock moving this morning. IRNT, it's up to 427s. Guys, 427. So that's important to watch too. Yeah, somebody sell me on the Bloomberg terminal. Thoughts on BKKT? I think BKKT is incredibly interesting. Incredibly interesting. I think it's had some huge, ridiculous volume over the last few over the last day. It's gone up from $6 all the way up to $7.50. So it's literally up 25% right now. I think my math is right. That would be almost exactly 25%, right? From 6 to 750. That's 25%, right? A quarter of 6 is 2.5. And so, or no, it would be 1.5 would be a quarter of 6. I mean, a quarter of 6 would be 1.5. And this would be $1.50 gain. So that's 25% from BKKT. But yeah, huge gains over the last 24 hours. I think if we're looking at the longer term chart for BKKT, we got to get back over 10. I think 10 is the biggest resistance level we have right now, and we'll see if we can hit that. But BKKT, incredibly volatile right now. A lot of movement, a lot of action, a lot of people paying attention to it. So we'll see what happens. Hey, what's up, JB? Somebody sell me on Bloomberg terminal. I'm genuinely curious because I could pay for it. I could pay for it if it's going to give me earnings super early. But like if it's gimmicky, then I don't want to pay for it. No, my Twitter news account reports before Bloomberg. Really? Bloomberg terminal is about 25,000 a year or something like that. It's something like that. All right, so AMC dipping down here. The lower pre-market's right around 1850 right here. So we'll see if we bounce off of that for AMC. Did I not say AMC looked good in the last 3 days, man? Like, did I not say that? I told a bunch of people that, you know. All right, so BKKT at 740s, AMC dipping down, BBIG at 350s. We got SNDL at 56.7. Let's see. Bloomberg is for the whales. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm not against trying it. It's like 30K a year. That's a lot. That's a lot. All right, guys. So AMC popping back up. It's at 1860s. It just depends on how quickly. What's the best for all those that are for the Bloomberg terminal? Where is the value in that? Seed, SEED. Seed is moving up, just low volume here. Hey, good luck, Bob. I hope you kill it, man. Good luck. Good luck, brother. I hope you make money, though. Prague, a lot of people watching Prague, too. I think BKKT probably looks the best out of some of the other ones we're looking at. But you would still have to read through quickly to react with the info. Yeah, but if you could get basic points like EPS, earnings per share, revenue, net sales, then you could react faster than anybody else, theoretically. What's up, Forbes? KSS Leonard Green expresses interest in bidding for Kohl's, explains why we've seen a steady bid since they rejected the prior offer. Yeah, I should be wearing glasses, to be honest, Juan. I should be wearing glasses, bro. Bloomberg is a social network. You'd also have to hire someone to filter the research from it. Yeah, but how quickly do they drop earnings is what I'm asking. I like AMC because the CEO is less likely to destroy the stock price and seems to pump out nice catalysts. I still do not understand what BBIG management is doing. So BBIG is up because of a deal with Shaq and Lomo, and Shaq is going to be doing a new project called Shaq's Funhouse with Lomo, which BBIG owns 80% of. So a social media platform that BBIG owns a large equity percentage on, is partnering with Shaq for a new show called Shaq's Funhouse. It's the reason BBIG started running in the last few days. Bloomberg Terminal drops the earnings results fast. SCYX, if it halted in pre-market, it's almost certainly a T1 news pending halt. This isn't halted, though. This is just no volume for SCYX. There's just no volume here, Chaz. Yeah, IRNT gapping up some as well. And I'm going to look up the catalyst for IRNT. All right, so we're looking up the catalyst for IRNT, and it's running. It's at 428, so we got SNDL on the move up too, trying to at least. All right, so looking up the catalyst here. This is IronNet. IronNet, IRNT is IronNet. It has a float size of about. It doesn't show the float. It's got less than 90 million in the float, whatever that is. They have a multi-year pact with GCC country. So IronNet announced an agreement with Gulf Cooperation Council country. What the heck is that? To provide collective defense for critical national infrastructure. So a big deal with Gulf Cooperation Council country is the deal. So a big deal. And we'll see what happens. But big deal with GCC. Multi-year substantial deal with GCC country for IRNT. And that's the catalyst here. So we're watching that too. But BKKT, let's see if this one had a catalyst that sparked this run. BKKT has been running. This is Bach Holdings. I know it's like a crypto-related platform. No company-specific news to justify this. What's the short float? Short float is about 20%, 18 to 20% for BKKT. So BKKT might be a squeeze here. This could be a squeeze. We'll see, but it could be. All right, so BKKT is up. SNDL is trying. Again, I mean, listen, guys, we drew this level here, and look at what we followed. So we drew this level here, and look at how well we followed this level. So I think it's relevant. 1850, 1855, 1850 or so for AMC. And we'll see if we hold. That's just a really short-term level, and we'll see if we hold above it. It's certainly possible that we do. That's just, we'll have to wait and see. You'd also have to have the capital to take advantage of the Bloomberg terminal. I mean, to be completely honest, especially if they let me pay per month, like if they let me pay whatever it is, the $1,200 a month, monthly, I mean, I could afford it to try it out for a few months and, use my $30,000 account to react and day trade earnings. I could certainly do that. But my question is whether it'd be worth it, because I don't really feel like wasting thousands of dollars. But I certainly could. And that's kind of why I'm asking. Were you trading during 2008? No. During 2008, I was young, very young. All right, guys. So AMC at 1860s, 1860s. We got BBIG at 350s. BBIG did bounce at the same exact level we drew as well, guys. And again, this is why a firm grasp of technicals is key. Look at this. You see these levels here, and look at where we bounced the latest move. We bounced directly off of that level. So 345, big level, important level for BBIG. We got BKKT down there at 740s that we're watching. BKKT at 740s. What's up, June? BKKT looks ready to pop. Short interest was up on a green day. Now there are no available shares to short. It's $2,000 a month. Yeah, it's kind of high. But I mean, like I said, we could try it out. It depends. We could try it out. Yeah, I could buy a Model X and drive for Uber, yet here we are. Yeah, I mean, I could do a lot of things, but here we are. $24K a year. What a steal, man. What a deal. Yeah, what a deal, bro. Ridiculous. What time frame do you prefer to take trades on? Well, it depends. A little bit of everything. We take long-term trades, short-term trades. We take 5-minute trades, 1-minute trades, 30-minute trades. Um, Thoughts on multiple sources of income in today's society? I mean, I think you need it. I think anytime. I think a lot of people get really stagnant in what they do. So I think they create one source of income and then they kind of just chill with that source of income. Where like the rich people, the billionaires, they create multiple sources. Like I've got a lot of sources of income, to be honest. Um, and if you don't evolve, you're gonna fail. And so you got to just keep evolving, keep bringing in other revenue sources, and keep growing more than anything. 1 to 5 minute AO. 1 to 5 minute. But yeah, I think multiple sources of income is fine. I think in today's world with the internet, I think it's very easy to make money online. Not scamming people. Like there's legitimate ways to make money online. The problem is that it's diluted by all the scammy, you could get rich quick if you just buy my course, it's $2,000, nonsense. It's diluted because of that. But there really is a lot of ways to make money online, and I've done a lot of them, man. You just gotta have some skills. You gotta know how to do it. Yeah, I hold Top Shot NFTs. So I hold NBA NFTs. So NBA Top Shot NFTs, and they have appreciated massively here. I own a few rare ones. Specifically, I own Carmelo Anthony, which has less than 4,500 examples. And so yeah, we own some NFTs. Trey Mann, we own Trey Mann, which is a very valuable card. What I've noticed though is they kind of move with Ethereum. Yeah, Carmelo Anthony's now worth $210 per card, so I bought it for like $20. Not bad. Yeah, Cassie. I mean, that's how it goes, though. Like the reality of it is, Twitter was positive earnings, Don't. From what I saw, Twitter. I'll read Twitter's numbers here. We looked it up earlier. Twitter had fourth quarter EPS came in at 33 cents profit, which was worse than the 35-cent profit estimate. Sales of 1.57 billion, missed the 1.58 billion estimate by about a million. But yeah, so worse than expected fourth quarter EPS and sales numbers. They announced a $4 billion buyback plan, which helped sentiment for Twitter. They also reported that their fourth quarter average monetizable daily user growth was 13% to 217 million. Their first quarter sales came in at the low end of estimates. But on par with estimates, basically. So mixed results for Twitter. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. They had some good things, bad things. John, where did you get your coding degree? I mean, I don't have a degree in coding. I know how to code. But again, that's one of those markets. Like, listen, if you talk to any if you talk to anybody that went to college for computer science or programming, they're going to tell you that you need to go to school for coding because they went. And it's kind of like one of those things, like they might feel some type of way about about going to school for it when you didn't really have to. And so in order to kind of justify going to school in their minds, they might say, hey, well, everybody's got to go to school if you want to be a programmer. But that's just not true, to be honest. In fact, that type of skill base is actually trending the other way. That type of skill base is trending more towards boot camps. Like most people that are programmers nowadays, they go to a boot camp for 4 months. Hey, man, what's up, bro? How you doing, dude?
I'm good.
You about to go to school, man?
Yes. For poetry night.
Okay. Here, don't announce that on the stream, okay?
Okay.
It's all right. Love you. All right. You gonna do good? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna see you tonight. All right, love you, man. Have a good day, bud.
Okay.
You like this? In the stock market, there's bears and bulls. Bears means you think that the market is going to go down. It means you think everything's going to drop. You're skeptical of things. Bulls means you think the market's going to go up, which means that you think stocks are going to go up. And so some people make money on the downside. Some people make money on the upside. And so it's bears versus bulls. Bears on the downside, bulls are on the upside. Get it? All right, man. I love you, buddy. Have a good day at school, bro. All right.
Is this copper?
Yeah, probably. It's probably copper.
How did they get copper?
Copper's a mineral from the ground. So they get it and they just kind of morph it into all these different shapes. And they got people and machines that'll just kind of slam it together and morph the shape you want out of it and pop it out at this point in time. Some of it are handcrafted though, but cool, huh? All right, man. Oh, you still here? All right, buddy. I love you, bud. All right. But yeah, the reality of it is for programming, what I was saying is that most programmers don't go to college anymore. Most programmers go to what's called a boot camp, where you go to basically a school every day for like 4.5 months. You know, you go to a school for 4.5 months, they'll give you a certificate of completion. And then at that point in time, you'll have enough knowledge to get a junior programming job making 40, 50K a year as a computer programmer, you know, web developer, whatever you want to be. But you will make more money if you go to college. 100% you will make more money if you go to college. And you'll have a noticeably easier time finding a job. But once you get your foot in the door, it's really about passing the interview. You know, you're gonna go to the interview. They're gonna ask you a bunch of really technical programming questions, and if you can answer those questions, then you can get the job. You know, it's not about what school you went to at that point in time, and that's, you know. But you know, I'm mixed on the. I think college is good if you're a doctor or a lawyer. I don't know though, man. I think I don't know. That's a different conversation to have. I think that, to be honest, I think some doctors go to school for a little bit too long. I think going to school for almost a decade to be a doctor, you know, I think if you look at other countries, they have much shorter times to be a doctor, and their doctors are generally pretty solid as well. Yeah, for sure, Beach. BBIG has more upside than AMC. Yeah, well, BBIG has the Lomo Shaq partner deal that's going on right now, where Lomo and Shaq. Hey, thank you, Familia. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. What do you think about AFRM today after earnings? No financial advisor. I got you, man. So AFRM, what time are the earnings supposed to drop? Okay, so it looks like they had earnings, but man, this thing has been riding the 200 moving average up. So we have the 200 EMA, and look at this thing. It's been riding the 200 EMA up. Let me see what the earnings actually were here. Firm Holdings. Okay, so the conference call is scheduled for 5 p.m. I'll stream it if you guys want to. If y'all think AFRM is going to have enough people that are watching the earnings call, I'll stream the earnings call live on the stream if you guys want to. So subscribe if you want to check that out. They currently have about a 6% short float. We'll see what happens, but I don't know enough about this company to really say if they're going to do good or not. All I can do is look at technicals, and it's riding the 200 EMA right now on a short-term chart. And I think $50 is big. If we're looking at like big technical levels, I think $50 right here is important. I think this is really what most of these bounces have been off of, is the $50 level, just being a psychological level. And I think we're right around $75, which I think could be relevant too. So like there's 75. And we'll see what happens there. Let me fix this a little bit more. But yeah, here's 75 roughly right here. And I think 75 being underneath this is relevant. I think we can look at that and like the pre-market highs up there. And we'll see. I appreciate the donation, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate the love, Familia. Jojo. Yeah, too much time in school for doctors. What I'm saying, though, is that generally you could learn everything that doctors need to learn. Like most other country, a lot of other countries, I'm not going to say most, but a lot of other countries for doctors. Man, they have like an apprentice program. And I know you have to do one now, but I think going to school for 2 to 3 years and then being an apprentice is how it should be. I don't think you need to go to school for a decade for anything. I think that's way too much time wasted. And I think that we would have a lot more doctors that were capable, uh, if the requirements weren't so high. But of course, it's a very subjective thing. Yeah, internship, apprentice programs. I think those can be very valuable, and I think those are going to be more valuable than a lot of other things. All right, so BKKT, I think BKKT looks great. It's up about 25% in the last 24 hours. I think it's running up nicely. It's at 780s. We'll see what happens, but I think BKKT looks good. It's got big squeeze potential. A lot of people watching it, and I think it's been ripping up, maintaining beautiful upward trend for the last day. We got some nice levels underneath us at like $7, and so I'm generally I like BKKT for the most part. That's the point. The profession limits the supply to keep wages up. Yeah, for sure. Right. Yeah. So like an apprentice program for a doctor would be. I know they probably have something like that, but it just seems like sending anybody to school for a decade is just a waste of time, man. It's just a waste of time. And of course, people that have already done it, like doctors now, are going to say, "Oh, well, no, it's certainly worth it because they've already done it." And so, but I just think sending anybody to school for that long is a waste of time. Same thing with being an attorney as well. I think especially I think they should go back to, if you can pass the bar, you could be an attorney, you know. But again, a lot of it is restricting the supply of attorneys and doctors so that the wages remain high. Ultimately, is what it is. And as what's his name said, uh, Adam. So yeah, very true. DDOG call at 8. All right, so let's see. DDOG here. There's DDOG. It's at 178.80s, 178.80s. Ripping up. Let's see what the call says here. This is Datadog. They reported better than expected fourth quarter EPS and sales results, and they also issued first quarter and fiscal year 22 sales guidance above estimates. So good results for DDOG, and it's ripping up now. But yeah, good results. Here's the numbers. Here's the numbers for DDOG. Company reported better than expected fourth quarter EPS and sales, issued first quarter guidance too. So yeah, pretty solid numbers. What do y'all think of SNDL? SNDL at about 56.11s. BKKT up to 730s. So we're watching BKKT too. What's up, Manny? Good morning, bro. I'll put it this way. If I went to school for programming, I would know way less than I do right now. I would be a much worse programmer than I would be right now. If I had to go to school for it, I would be such a worse programmer. It would take me so much longer to learn. And so at a certain point, it's just benefiting the big schools, and it's ridiculous that, the school system is designed. Everybody's not supposed to go to college, but there's some skill sets that you're not supposed to go to college for. What is K? What is K? I can't remember. I vaguely remember. It's Kellogg's. Yeah, Kellogg's. Good numbers that just dropped. Hey, what's up, Evan? Why are we watching BKKT if it isn't gapping up this morning? Because it's been on a huge run, bro. Look at BKKT. Let me put a 30-minute chart up. I think a 30-minute chart, if you want to see like the recent weekly trend, like the trend of the last week, I think the 30-minute chart is a beautiful chart to look at. So you can see we had some consolidation for BKKT in the last day and a half, 2 days really. 1, 2. Okay, in the last 3 days, BKKT has flown. Like, look at this chart. Ripped up on the 7th, ripped up on the 8th, and really ripped up like 25% yesterday on the 9th. Currently sitting at 720s. And it's gone up from about 330 in the last week all the way up to almost $8 a share. And so those are ridiculous gains. Huge moves. And yeah, we're going to watch it because of that. And we'll see. We got a lot of stuff that we could watch. But we got SNDL we're looking at. Let's even get over 50s. We're watching BKKT, AFRM. Oh, we got to put up BBIG here. Here's BBIG at 350s. Let's see if we bounce there. I think a lot of people are going to be paying attention to BBIG too. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I learned the first programming language I actually learned was C++ back in like 2015, 2014. But necessity is the mother of invention. And, you know, when I needed to learn how to develop things, I did. And that's why, I don't know. Bitcoin back to 45K, is it really? Nice. Check it out, Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin, it's not over 45K on my platform yet. Bitcoin's at 44.76 right now for me. All right, so AMC sitting at 1862s. Do you think it's going to hold here? Here's BBIG. It's at 350. BKKT dipping down a little bit. And SNDL running up. All right, so BKKT dipping down to 730s. We've got AMC at 1860s. We got BBIG at 350s. We got SNDL over 50 cents at 56.4 cents. So we got some interesting movers today. Let me know what you like. Amazon down a little bit, Uber up, Facebook up again today. I should have bought those Facebook call options, but they were so expensive. Man. They were so expensive. But Facebook is rebounding in the last day, which is great. Great news. Kind of helping prop the whole market up really here. Datadog shares trading higher after the company reported better than expected fourth quarter EPS. Yeah, for sure. BKKT is up 25% in the last day, guys. 25%. CPI reports dropping in about 23 minutes. 23 minutes. How do you find these continuation stocks like BKKT and BBIG? Well, you just got to pay attention to the market. You know, you'll see them. I've seen them in the last day. IRNT. Yeah, look at IRNT breaking over the VWAP here. IRNT over the volume weighted average price. Over the VWAP. I'm also looking at like DCFC. IRNT gap up today. So we'll see what we get. Yeah, IRNT's at 450s right now. So IRNT's up. The reason IRNT, we looked up the catalyst here earlier for this. The reason this is up is because this is IronNet. They announced a multi-year deal with Gulf Cooperation Council country. So GCCC. I'm just going to call it GCCC. So they reached a deal with GCCC to provide collective defense for critical national infrastructure. Agreement with Gulf Cooperation Council country to provide collective defense for critical national infrastructure. Again, the float of this, I'm not sure what the float is for IRNT. Let me know if you can see it. We'll look it up. All right, so I'm showing the float of about 25 million, 24 to 34 million is what I'm showing right now. 24 to 34. So we'll see what happens, but it's moving a little bit. BBIG is up, BKKT is up, IRNT, we're still waiting, but it's up some as well. So it's got a pretty big move. Smaller float, not a tiny float by any means, but it's certainly a smaller float here. The triple OG. BTU just went off. Yeah, IRNT ripping. What about INTA too? Can y'all hear the music? Let me know. I know we got DRMA moving a little bit as well. AREB gapped up some, so we're going to watch that too just because. But yeah, right now AMC up to 1860s. Huge move. BBIG up to 350s. Big move. IRNT at 440s. Big move. We got BKKT at 730. So we got a lot of movement here. And we're just kind of hanging out and watching this to see what we get. Nice. All right, 17.25 million in the flow. Bitcoin 45K. Yeah, I'm not seeing Bitcoin at 45K. I'm seeing it around 45K. I see it. Bitcoin is at 44.9 thousand right now. So great news for Bitcoin, to be honest. I always tell people the dips are usually pretty profitable. Like buying the dips in Bitcoin and other cryptos is usually like pretty profitable. You know, it's decently profitable. You just got to wait, and it's not always going to work. Nothing's 100%, but generally with something like Bitcoin, it's a pretty profitable endeavor, just waiting for big dips to major 10 levels, like 30, 40, 50. Sometimes it's $5 levels or 5 levels, like, 35, 25, so forth and so on. So waiting for big drops and pullbacks to major support levels on large cryptocurrencies like Ethereum and Bitcoin has historically been very, very profitable, for me at least. Yeah, BKKT is up 25% in the last day. So we'll see if it continues. But look at BKKT's chart here. Solid. I'm going to put BKKT up instead of Snapchat here. So give me 1 second, guys. So you guys can kind of look and see what the price and percentage movement is. If you guys have any other ones you want me to include here on this bottom row of tickers, let me know. Yeah, here's BKKT right here. There we go. That should work perfectly. BBIG calls. How much are BBIG calls? Let me see. Let me look at TOS. Right, so what I'm saying right now, I don't even know if TOS is going to have BBIG calls. Yeah, they have BBIG calls. Yeah, they've got puts too. Hey, you leaving? Love you. You all right? I love you. Yeah. Yeah, I was showing him that this morning. Jack was looking at it too. Love you. All right. But yeah, they do have BBIG calls and puts on TOS. So what I'm looking at now is March 4th. A March 4th $2.50 strike price call option is about $1.25 or is at 125 right now. That can't be right. A call option for BBIG for 250 for March. It's an in the money option. That can't be right. It's only $125 for March 4th. That's in like 3 weeks. And it just has to stay over 250? I don't know, man. It seems pretty cheap to me. Maybe I'll buy one. Hey, thank you, Paul. Yeah, like and share the stream. Let's get this popping. Hey, y'all hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Grow the stream. But thank you, Paul. I appreciate you, bro. I think BBIG's going over 5. Honestly, I don't know if I'm looking at this wrong. But is this really BBIG call options for $2.50? March 4th, BBIG call options. For 125 bucks? I can bet that. Or here, let me show you guys. I missed the strike price. Hold on, let me show you. A $2.50 strike price for BBIG. This is BBIG. At $1.25? That's pretty cheap, man. So basically, what this call option is betting is that by March 4th, BBIG will be above the 250 strike price, and it costs 125 bucks to bet that. That's pretty, I mean, I don't know about in terms of bets. Would you take that bet, guys? Let me know. Would you take that bet? Let me know. They closed at 102 on Webull yesterday. BBIG? BBIG hit 350 yesterday at the close. Spread is crazy. Yes, and no. So you wouldn't take that, Marshall. What's the spread? So basically, it's not going to be liquid, is what you're saying. Yeah, it's all right. It's an in the money option. All right, so yeah, the mid price is big spread. So basically, it's not super liquid. But you know, you feel if you could find a buyer for it. I mean, hey. All right, so inflation data is dropping in about 10 minutes, guys. We're gonna go over it here as well. There's rumors of a GameStop-Microsoft partnership. That would be huge. More interest being sparked after GameStop and Immutable X partnered to enter the Ethereum blockchain with NFTs and already sold 47 mil. Nice, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's impressive, man. I mean, I just got to say that's impressive. That's impressive, man. Yeah, so here's GameStop. Let's just take a look at GameStop real quick. So we got AMC. It's at 1860s here. Let's look at GameStop real quick. Here's GameStop. GameStop is at 122.03. And again, somebody asked me the other day, how can a small cap company turn into a large cap company? You know, how can a penny stock turn into a big company? And I gave GameStop as an example. You want to see how you do that? Number one, you need to add more shares to the float. You need to do an offering. You know, number two is you need to sustain above $50 for an extended period of time. GameStop has now been basically over $100 since March of 21. So for almost a year, they have been over $100 a share the entire time. They've only dipped under it once back in January, but this is how a company turns in successful, is by having a little bit larger float. And I don't think GameStop does. What's the GameStop's float right now? GameStop has a float size of 46 million. So actually, that's not really a huge float. It's pretty small, but still, it's interesting. We'll watch it. Uber had good fourth quarter results that dropped too, but let's see what AMC does. That 1860s right now. Yeah, SNDL. SNDL trying to pop over the previous closing price. It's at about 57 cents right now. 57 cents. BBIG and BKKT are the ones I'm watching the closest. Hey, good luck. In what way will new inflation rate affect the stock market rate? Okay, so Sylvia, so Good to see you here. I know I sent you the link in the other video you were in. But the inflation data is relevant to the broader market and as well as AMC. Like lately, AMC, at least in a subtle way, has been following the broader market trends. So AMC, it doesn't follow them perfectly, but in subtle ways, it follows the broader market trends. And so watching for the inflation data to come out and seeing how that is going to influence the market is a very relevant thing that even if you're in AMC right now, you should be paying attention to. Because again, AMC is not immune to following broader market trends, and it does to a certain extent. Not always, and it's definitely not exact. Like maybe it's not like Apple follows the SPY, but it still follows it to a certain extent on a micro basis and on a micro scale. And so I think it's important to watch to see what happens because, again, the inflation data will influence the rest of the market 100%. And with that, it will influence AMC as well. Now, other penny stocks, not so much. Like I doubt it's going to influence BKKT or SNDL or really BBIG even. But AMC having as large of a float and following the broader economic and market trends to a certain extent means that it is susceptible to following, good, bad CPI data. So we're going to watch it. It drops in about 10 minutes and we'll see what happens. Let me know what you think it's going to be. Do you think we're going to have good inflation numbers, bad inflation numbers, above estimates, below estimates? Do you think AMC is going to be broadly affected by it? Let me know in chat right now. Twitter miss. Yeah, Twitter was mixed results. They announced a 40 billion share buyback program, I think they said. I think it was like 40 billion, right? I think it was like a 40 billion share buyback program for Twitter. 4 billion, not 40 billion. Yeah, 4 billion share buyback program. So that's the opposite of dilution, if you want to know what that means. It's just the opposite of dilution. It means that they're going to reduce the number in the float, which is generally good for the company because supply and demand means the less shares that are out there, the more each individual share is worth. Just to give you kind of the quick logic of that. CPI at 6.9% and the market rips. Let's see what the numbers are. All right, so I'm checking Yahoo Finance right now. All right, but a lot of people are predicting that CPI is going to reach almost 40-year highs. They're expecting it to register at 7.2% annual gain in January. According to the Bloomberg consensus data, it would represent the fastest rise since 1982 and a 7% year-over-year increase in December. And an increase from the 7% year-over-year increase that we saw in December. On a month-to-month basis, they think consumer prices are going to increase or are going to slow down slightly to a 0.4% rise compared to the 0.6% rise we saw at the end of 21. Okay, so again, they're expecting inflation. Are they expecting CPI data to register at 7.2%? So if we come in, just to put this into perspective, this is inflation data, right? So lower is better, all right? So if it comes in lower, like somebody said, 6.9%, if we show that, market's going to rip. We show higher than this, market's going to tank, most likely. You never know, but generally, lower CPI percentage, better. Higher CPI percentage, bad. More inflation, and that's not what we want. And so we're gonna see how AMC reacts to it. We're gonna look at everything else as well. BBIG at 350s. We're gonna see how that reacts to it. But yeah, we got 8 minutes into the CPI data drop. So let me know what you think we're gonna show here. And then I'm gonna quote Eva Ados when she talked to Yahoo Finance. They said, quote, "There are 3 factors that we're watching. The cost associated with labor, which is the most important to us, food prices, and of course, energy," end quote. And that is the chief investment strategist at ER Shares, Eva Ados. So we'll see what the inflation numbers show. But again, they're expecting 7.2% annual gain for January, according to Bloomberg consensus data here for the CPI data. So we'll see. Definitely interesting, and hopefully we get lower than expected percentages here. Inflation should come in a bit below estimates at beginner trading. Some price drops on products due to inventory increase. Thus, you might have noticed more sales on food at the grocery store. Yeah, for sure. I work at Costco and I'm changing signs, increasing prices every day, so I don't think it'll be good. The market will rally if it's below 7%. Yeah, for sure. I think inflation is already baked in. So basically, he's saying that he thinks that traders are already front loading in anticipation of the inflation data. But I think the data is still certainly going to affect the broader market for sure. Like, we're certainly going to get hit, at least to a certain extent. Yeah, we got pretty good views for the Disney stream, Cal. To put it into perspective, anything you stream in the evening is generally going to get lower views. So like anything in the evening, like morning is the most popping time for the stock market, and so that's when we're going to get the most views here. Anything over 100 people is pretty solid. In terms of like how many people there. AMC ripped at 1860s here, guys. And again, we got 6 minutes until the CPI data is released, but AMC just ripped, tested the VWAP, popped up to the VWAP area. And we'll see what happens. It's at 1870 right now. Question, is the CPI going to be higher? Well, we don't know yet. Everybody's kind of waiting to see. We don't know what we're going to get here. But they are expecting 7.2% inflation for the year. And so if we get below that, it'll generally be good for the market. If we get above that, it'll generally be bad for the market. And so we just kind of have to wait and see what happens here, I think. And again, let me know what you think. Are you bullish or bearish on the CPI data that's dropping in about 5 minutes? I work retail turnover 10 years. That's all they do. Not always related to rising. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, IRNT trying to move up. We've got AMC up there to 1860s. We got BBIG at 350s. We got BKKT. Y'all do me a favor, guys. If you like this live stream, like I said, we do this live every weekday morning for free right here on YouTube. We don't sell a course. We don't sell a service. We don't claim to be experts. We don't claim to be gurus. We don't charge for anything. We don't sell anything. Everything we put out there is completely free. We don't charge a penny for any of the content we put out. Even becoming a member is just a way to support the channel. So if you appreciate that, if you appreciate free trading content where we're not going to try to show you a course that's overpriced on publicly available content, and we're just going to teach you everything for free without claiming to be an expert, without trying to be a guru, hit the subscribe button. Do it now. You know you want to. Hit the like button as well. Martin, I can look up the squeeze data in a little bit. In order for me to do that on my phone, or in order for me to do, I can look it up on my phone here for IRNT, Martin. All right, guys, CPI data, we're waiting for that to drop. It's in 4 minutes, guys. 4 minutes for the CPI data to drop. All right, so I'm showing on the squeeze app for IRNT. And I'm showing 18% short float, 24.4 million in the float. Today's short volume for IRNT is at 32% short volume. It's 357.3 thousand. Volume of 1.1 million, market cap of 305 million, and about 31% institutional ownership for IRNT. And again, you can get free short flow data and information on the Squeeze app. It's a completely free app that gives you free short flow data, like gives you the actual short flow numbers and all that good stuff. And if you want to check it out, here's the link. Guys, 3 minutes until the CPI data drops. Yeah, there are so many hooks and gimmicks. Uber pump, yeah, BKKT drop, BBIG dipping down to 345s. We've got SNDL at about 57 cents, trying to break over that previous close. I know a lot of people are watching IRNT as well. IRNT over the VWAP is at 450. We just reported the short numbers for this one. Again, it's got about 20% short float, 18 to 20%. So IRNT is interesting this morning as well. And yeah, if you want to download what I use to track all these numbers, that's the Squeeze app. It's an app that I developed. It's a React Native app. It just gives you free data, free SEC filings, analyst data, market cap data, float data, short float, institutional ownership, ratings, all that good stuff. You can find it on that app for free. Only available for Android right now. We're working on the iOS version. All right, guys. So BKKT is at 680s. All right, guys. CPI data is supposed to drop right now in about 2 minutes. All right, and again, I do think it'll affect AMC. I think that AMC historically in the last few months has been following broader market trends to a certain extent, not completely, but to a certain extent, AMC has been following the broader market trends. And so I think that if we get bad CPI data, I think AMC is going to drop. I think if we get good CPI data, AMC might rip up a little bit, and we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, CPI data in a minute. Waiting on it now, guys. We're going to get ready to drop this data here, so bear with me. All right, guys, get ready. CPI data is coming out right about now, so good luck. Let's see what happens. All right, guys, so there's 7:30. There's 8:30. 8:30 market time just hit. Let's see what the CPI data is, and we'll see how the market reacted to it too. Waiting. Nothing yet. Okay, so core CPI month over month for January came in at 0.6% versus 0.5% expected prior of 0.6%. So higher on that front here. And again, we're going to drop these numbers here so you can see. But yeah, a little bit higher core CPI month over month for January. We're going to drop these numbers as we get them. Here's the first set. US core CPI month over month for January came in at 0.6% versus 0.5% expected. USA core CPI year over year January came in. Here's the full numbers there. Initial jobless claims for February came in at 223,000 versus 230,000 estimates. So that's better than expected. Let's see what the SPY does here real quick. We're going to replace BBIG for just a second, and we're going to look at what the SPY does. And the SPY tanked here because initial jobless claims came in a little bit lower than expected. Continuing claims came in a little bit higher than expected. And CPI month over month for January came in at 0.6% versus 0.5% expected prior of 0.3%. So higher CPI for January month over month. Higher CPI than expected year over year for January came in at 7.5% versus 7.3% expected prior of 7%. So like we said, higher numbers than expected. This is generally going to drop the market here. This is the important one right here. Year over year for January came in at 7.5% versus 7.3% expected. So not good. We did have lower than expected jobless claims numbers, but we did have higher inflation. And you can see the SPY and the broader market just tank with that drop. So you can see the market tank with that drop on CPI data. And yeah, like I said, not good. Everything came in higher than expected. The only good part about it was lower and jobless claims numbers, but that's certainly not as impactful as the CPI data. And again, you can see the CPI data run across the screen right here. Came in at 7.5% versus 7.3% expected prior of 7%. So basically what this means is that inflation rose to 7.5%. They only expected it to rise to 7.3%, and the prior level was at 7%. So it's 0.5% higher as well. CPI month over month for January came in at 0.6%, which is again higher than the 0.5% estimates. The prior was 0.3%. So all around worse than expected CPI data. And just like I said here, guys, I mean, look at AMC dip with it. AMC on a micro level follows broader market trends. Now, not always, but on a micro level, it does follow broader market trends. And you can see that here, just so you guys can understand this. You can see the SPY drop. AMC is going to follow it to a certain extent. Not always, not perfect. It's certainly not going to follow it independently of everything else. But on a broad basis, it generally reacts to the market, big market news like this. And so again, you can see AMC dip, you can see the SPY dip. And again, once this evens out, I'm still pretty bullish, but again, worse than expected CPI data, higher inflation than expected by about 0.2%. We expected 7.3, we got 7.5%. So not good. Higher than expected inflation numbers. What do you guys think about this? Yep. Yep, higher than expected CPI data. Yeah, Bitcoin's going to drop. This is going to cause everything to drop. Not just like a lot of people think everything's independent of each other, but they're not. Bitcoin runs with the market. AMC runs with the market. A lot of things run with the market on at least a micro basis, and so, yeah, this is not good. This is going to tank everything that we see. And, we'll see what happens. The only thing that are going to benefit this are inverse volatility ETFs. Like, I'm sure UVXY is ripping up. UVXY is flying up because it's an inverse volatility ETF. Same thing with TVIX. I don't even know if TVIX is still around anymore. VIX, same thing. VIX is up. No, but yeah, AMC dropping with the broader market trends. Like I said, here's the SPY. You can look at the QQQ. I wonder if BBIG is going to be dropping with it. But yeah, way worse than expected inflation data. Not way worse, but worse than expected inflation data. So not good. Yeah, and BBIG dropping with it. So again, penny stocks are not immune to broader market trends, and this kind of shows it. Are you buying the dip? Let me know. Are you buying the dip in the market after this inflation data? But yeah, everything dropping with the market and bad inflation data. So let me know what you think. You buying the dip? Let me know. But yeah, big inflation numbers came out, so not bueno, And BBIG have to continue adding as the delta falls, waiting on a pop. So most stocks will dip more at open. Not necessarily, Sylvia. Sometimes the move can happen in pre-market and then we get some rebounds into the open. It's never set in stone. Like the biggest thing that any trader needs to understand, and this is what my wife was on stream trading with me yesterday, and my wife has been trading with me the last 2 days. She couldn't make it today, but the biggest thing that I wanted her to understand is that nothing is 100%, that you cannot bet with complete confidence on anything ever. It's always a thesis. It's always speculative. You know what I mean? It's not always set in stone, and you got to be prepared to react to anything and everything. And so, like I said, I tried to tell people about the inflation numbers and how they would affect AMC, and now we're getting a drop on AMC because, again, AMC has been following broader market trends lately. Tesla discount, see you all at the bottom. Hey, good luck, Leon. I hope you make some money on Tesla. Honestly, surprisingly, Disney is not broadly affected by this drop in the market. We look at BBIG tanking. We can look at the SPY, QQQ, but Disney didn't move at all. So Disney is still at 158. I mean, it moved a little bit, but nothing substantial or major here for Disney. So, yeah, but market dropping, broader market trends affecting everything now. So we'll see what happens. Are you buying the dip? Yeah, I don't know what Tottenham is, Jojo. My apologies, sir. If you want to talk about the Bengals this year, though, Joey Burrow, Jamar Chase, they're gonna win the Super Bowl. All right, so QQQ AMC dip. Let's see if 18 holds here. Here's 18 support level for AMC. So let's see if $18 holds now. All right, so QQQ is up there to 360s. We got BKKT at 670s. I'm buying calls tomorrow. Yes, sir. Yeah, sometimes, Todd. We trade QQQ, TQQQ, SQQQ. We trade a little bit of everything. I'm sorry, Skinny. I'm from Louisiana, so I got to root for my man Joey Burrow. I know it's not Joey, it's Joe, but still, got to root for him. I'm just glad to see it. People hated on Joe Burrow heavily, man. They said he had too small of hands. They said all this stuff, and you love to see it. His first full year, he's at the Super Bowl, so shout out to Burrow. Yeah, most crypto is going to follow the market here. So, like, most cryptocurrencies are going to drop, I'm assuming here. Yeah, Bitcoin just tanked. And just to show you guys this, like, this is how much inflation numbers affect everything, okay? It's not like, it's not just the stock market. It's everything else isn't independent of this. Like, look at Bitcoin's crash as soon as these numbers drop. So, you know, CPI data are some of the easiest things to take advantage of in the market. Like waiting for CPI and inflation data and then reacting to it by taking that direction is some of the easiest trades you'll get involved with, you know? And so AMC ripping back up is at 1840s, guys. So look, we bounced at 18. We're up to 1840s. QQQ down majorly. We're still going to watch BBIG here. But yeah, market tanked. We'll see if the rebound in these stocks is there. And, you know, BBIG at 330s. We'll see if we get a rebound here. BKKT, IRNT. Watching all that. DCFC. We're going to be watching DCFC as well today, too. Yeah, right now Disney is a safe haven. Yeah, for sure. Again, what's your plan today, guys? Green or red so far today? Yeah. Joe Shiesty. That's right, Chris. You know it, bro. Watched Made yesterday. Yeah, my wife and I have been watching the show Made on Netflix. She likes it. What's up, Miguel? Hey, what's up, Ballless Legend? I'm a Ravens fan, but seeing Burrow do his thing, I can't hate. He's the truth. That's right, man. You know it. He's got to be. Burrow, man, he's impressive. I mean, he gets sacked a lot. His O-line is terrible. And if they're going to lose the Super Bowl, it's going to be because their O-line lets Burrow get sacked 30 times, you know. But if the O-line can hold up, really, in the draft, the Bengals need an O-line, bro. They desperately needed an O-line and maybe a new running back, you know, of some sort. But I'm still hoping we can have some type of miracle. And again, just like we got in the Chiefs game. All right, so AMC at 1830s, BBIG down to 330s, BKKT down at 670s. We got IRNT at 430s too. So what happened to the S&P 500? CPI inflation data came out, and it came out higher than expected. If you look at the numbers here, CPI year over year for January came in at 7.5% for inflation versus 7.3% expected prior of 7%. So we came in higher than expected inflation, and that tanked everything. Everything dropped. The S&P 500, the SPY, AMC, BBIG, you know, Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything tanked on that CPI data. We had higher than expected inflation, higher inflation than last time, and generally just not good inflation numbers. So, you know, everything dropped with it. And we'll see if the market can rebound here. It's a big if, but who knows? The SPY, I wonder if we got SNDL we're keeping up here. SNDL tanked with it too. Even SNDL was broadly affected by the CPI inflation data. So everything got hit. Are you really going to try to say, Cal, that the Bengals have been effective at running the ball? Let's be honest here. The Bengals have not run the ball effectively whatsoever. You know, whatsoever. You know, the only thing they've had some success in is play action, but they have not run the ball well at all. You know, and so they need more than one running back. You know, that's good. You know what I mean? It can't just be Burrow and Chase. You know, Burrow getting sacked 30 times. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, you're probably right, Cal. I like Mixon. Don't get me wrong. But I think they need a new running back. Not a new running back. I think they just need another one. And then they need a way better O-line. If they're going to invest in anything, it needs to be the O-line. Because if they can get their O-line healthy to where Burrow's not getting sacked every other play, then they'll be fine. All right, anyways. So AMC dipping down here. We got the $18 support level, and this is mostly due to the market, just to show you guys. Same thing with BBIG here. Like, this is mostly due to the market, and you can see how stocks follow broader market trends. Like, this is AMC, and this is the market. This is AMC, this is the market. Support here for the market, support here for AMC at 18. And so we're going to see how this goes, but AMC and other stocks are basically just following the broader market trends right now. And BBIG as well, to a certain extent. Here's BBIG, dipped below that 345 level and just tanked with the market as well. So generally, stocks are following the broader market trends, and we'll have to see if we have some stuff on discount. Hey, what's up, Dallas? I don't know. Maybe it was just the last 3 or 4 games where we didn't get much rushing offense off, but I wasn't impressed the last 2 or 3 games in our rushing department. Anyways, BKKT at 680s. So we'll see if we get back over 7 in the VWAP. The volume weighted average price is right around 7. AMC, we just want to see it hold over $18 here. $18 is such a big psychological level. If we extend this to the left for AMC, you can see where the support lies. So you could extend it to the left and see bounce here, consolidation here around that area, bounce here off of it, bounce here off of it, resistance here. So $18, big level that a lot of people are watching for AMC. And I think that's what we really just need to see as hold over. We need to see a hold over $18 for AMC. Hey, congrats, Rick. That's great, brother. Happy for you, man. Yeah, your son's awesome, dude. I'm happy for you, bro. Rosie's doing good, man. Sweetest dog ever, bro. Sweetest dog ever. But happy to hear that, man. I wish you guys the best. And yeah, congrats. That's great. Mayor of Cincinnati letting the kids have the day off after the Super Bowl. All right, well, that's a G right there then. All right, so the SPY's bouncing up a little bit, and so let's see if AMC bounces up with the SPY now. So again, here's the SPY, and AMC is generally just following broader market trends. We got a little pop and then a rejection, so let's see if that happens with AMC now. But for the market itself, we want to see it hold over 453. I think is a big level that we should pay attention to. BBIG still coming back down with the overall market. I think we just want to see us hold over 330s. Yeah, I feel you, Skinny. But I mean, Burrow has certainly been passing the ball. Again, like I said, it's mostly the O-line, and I can agree with that. I just think we need another running back aside from Mixon. I think when Mixon's a great threat, great running back. Never said bad things about him. I just think that we need another option too, because when the defense knows if we're going to rush the ball, it's going to go to Mixon. You know what I mean? It's easy to stop, especially with the O-line. Anyways, I'll talk about football and MMA here all day if y'all get me started. So I'm trying to talk about stocks, but we got AMC at 1820s. We trade everything, Dallas. Options, large caps, small caps. A lot of the time I'll trade the SPY directly, but we'll also certainly trade small caps as well if they're volatile enough and set up. So we trade everything. Hey, good luck, Randy. Yeah, BKK dip. Let's see if it gets over 7. Let's see if it gets over 7 in the VWAP. I think that's relevant and important. BBIG at 330s. Market is pulling back down to test that 453 level. Look at the SPY here. SPY pulling back to that big level, and you can see how AMC is following this here. So watch 18 for AMC. You can see the SPY trying to drop under 450s. All right, so SPY did bounce a little bit off of 453. This is good, and it's at a discount. Yesterday, we had a nice green day. Then the government said, hold my beer. Here's a CPI for you. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll be here the day after the Super Bowl, but I really won't. That should be a no trade for me. Hey, be careful, Juan. You know, if the Bengals win, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm gonna be sad if it's gonna be a grieving day if the Bengals lose, though. All right, so the SPY's still trying to bounce at 453, and you can see how AMC's following this trend here. So SPY pulled back to 453, bounced up a little bit. AMC dipped down to like 1810, bounced up a little bit to 1823s. We still got BKKT trying, SNDL at 551, and we're looking at IRNT as well here, and IRNT is kind of consolidating right now too. So we got some movement. Very nice, Dallas. Yeah, we trade options. We just recently sold a Snapchat call option that we made some money on, so we trade options. All right, so again, SPY dipping down, AMC dipping down to 1820s here. We can also look at BBIG and see if it's getting affected by this market here as well. IRNT is trying. I'm going to put the SPY up here just so we can watch the broader market to see it impact these other stocks here like AMC, BBIG. The SPY's at the bottom. It's the broader market. It's the S&P 500 basically. But yeah, market's dropping, worse than expected inflation numbers. Everybody's scared. So, y'all be careful. Hey, what's up, Leo? Good morning, bro. Yeah, for sure. Stafford and what's his name from LSU? What's his name, man? My father-in-law was telling me about him the last time he was in town. Whitworth, Andrew Whitworth, and obviously ODB, but or OB, or not ODB, obviously Odell, but Whitworth was who I'm talking about. He's a left tackle. Yeah. So I mean, either way, I'll be okay. All right, so broader market bouncing at 453. Again, a level we drew here. We drew this 453 level and we've been following it. So if you want good technical levels to pay attention to, watch this live stream. We drop this stuff every day, and we've been pretty right about a lot of the stuff, including AMC. It's AMC's latest rip. We told you guys it looked good a few days ago. So there's the SPY at 453, bouncing off of 453. Let's see if AMC follows suit here. It certainly should. I'm ready to buy. John, what you buying first? Vote on the poll right now, guys. Would you rather buy BBIG or AMC this morning? Let us know in chat why or why not. 56% of you are saying AMC, and the other 44% are saying BBIG. AMC bouncing, again, some with the overall market here, but I think you can understand at this point in time that AMC is kind of following the SPY and the broader market at this point in time to a certain extent. Now, not always. Of course, I think after the opening bell, it's anything goes, to be honest, but at least short term. It's following broader market trends. BBIG is at 334s here, 334s. So, again, if we can hold over 330, I think that's good for BBIG. BKKT, we're at 685s right now. So I think for this one, we just really ideally want to see, a pop over the volume weighted average price, a pullback, a hold, and then a rebound back up. I think if we're going to be in BKKT, that's what we want to see. Yeah, for sure, Juan. Yeah, that's dope, Chris. That's a good stat, man. In the last 25, at least one LSU Tiger has been in the last 25 Super Bowls. That's dope. But yeah, BKKT over 7s. I think if we want to see this one hold, it's got to get over 7. AMC currently at 1814s here, 1814s. And again, everything's kind of getting broadly affected. So yeah, say 7.5% is what things came in at. This includes AMC, BBIG, Bitcoin, and more. Are you buying the dip? Let me know. like I said, guys, everything has been broadly affected by the higher than expected CPI numbers coming in at 7.5%. This includes AMC, BBIG, Bitcoin, and more. Are you buying the dip in these guys? Let me know in chat right now. You can see the market dipping down to 453s. I do want to see the market hold over 453s. Ideally, that's what we'd like to see. And so we'll see what happens. But AMC's following it, and we'll see if what I don't want to see is I don't want to see the SPY break these lows down here, especially down at like 452, and then just tank everything else again. I think if we can hold over these levels, it's not all bad. It's not great, of course, but it's not terrible if we can hold at this 453 level from inflation numbers. That's reboundable. Yesterday we moved. The last 2 days we've moved more than this, and so inflation numbers are not good. But if we can hold, then we're doing okay. I see Disney pushing up. Maybe that'll prop the market up some, but we're waiting to see if AMC can hold over 18. The broader market can hold over 453. BBIG can hold over 330s, or if BKKT can break back over 7s. What's up, Adrian? Hey, good morning, bro. Y'all hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We do this live stream every weekday morning for free right here. Hey, John, back home, did you forget to monetize? I got no ads coming. No, I'm pretty sure I monetized this one. I think I monetized it after I started the stream, so I don't know if it'll actually put it into effect, but it's all good, to be honest. It doesn't matter. We make money in a lot of different ways outside of that anyway, so, it's not the end of the world. I'll put it that way. All right, so yeah, SPY bouncing back at 453s. And again, guys, we drew this level, and look how reliable it's held at this level. Now, I would love to see it hold at this level and not break under it, and like maybe get back over the VWAP sometime today, back over volume weighted average price. Maybe if we can move back up to test that previous close at 457.50, that's even better. BKKT popping up, it's at 690s. We got AMC consolidating with a little micro support at about 1810 short term. But I think if AMC has been following the market, we're going to see a pop up in AMC now because the market's popped up. And yep, there's a little pop in AMC. BBIG is a little bit lower volume this morning than, of course, AMC. And so I don't think that we're going to see kind of those initial reactions like we can here on AMC and the SPY. But at this point in time, we're just kind of waiting to see what the SPY and AMC do. Higher than expected inflation numbers. And so we'll see what happens. Yeah, for sure, Dallas. I definitely want to see Burrow win. His first year, he had one of the worst injuries that anybody can have in sports, which is tearing your knee. And he had to have ACL, MCL surgery, and then his first year back, he goes to the Super Bowl. So even if he loses, he's still going to be a legend for that, to be honest. All right, so SPY bouncing at 453, the same level we've been mentioning over and over again all day. And we'll see if we get back over volume weighted average price. But we're consolidating right now. We have been for the last about 10 minutes since about 8:45 market time. Market opens up in about 33 minutes. And so we'll see what we get. Stick around, guys. We'll see if we can find something good. Yeah, SOPA, man. I mean, SOPA hit us with the offering the other day, though. So if we look at SOPA hit us with the offering. But SOPA's kind of popping up today. It's at 401s right now. 401. So, I mean, SOPA's running. They hit us with the offering, and then they bounced back, which is good. Generally, offerings are not good for penny stocks this cheap. But if they can rebound, the company will have some money, and maybe they'll do okay for SOPA. So we're watching that. It's at $4. We got a lot of other stuff on the move today on the gappers list. So we got some stuff. We had like Uber earnings that dropped. IRNT is interesting too. Here's IRNT. All right, so AMC testing 1810, trying to bounce. IRNT is the other penny stock that we're kind of interested in too, but we're still looking at BKKT. I think you got to look at it and you got to have the right perspective with BKKT. I think if you look at the strength it's put in over the last few days, right? On the 3rd, it was at $3.84. And so to be up there to almost $7 and to tap over 7 yesterday, it's not going to be green every day. We're going to have some pullback days. Ideally, what we want to see is consolidation and then another leg up. So the basic trend of these type of moves is big rip up, consolidation, big rip up, consolidation, so forth and so on. Now, it's not exact. It's not going to be 1 day, 2 day, or anything like that. But you generally want to see consolidation. If it doesn't get consolidation, it usually crashes just as quickly as it went up. And so we'll see what happens with BKKT. But AMC is at 1850s. Again, market sideways for the last 10 minutes or so, but definitely had some interesting reactions to the CPI data. Negative reactions higher than expected by about 0.3%. I think they expected 7.2%, and it came in at 7.5% inflation. So higher than expected inflation, a little bit better than expected jobless claims numbers. So less people with jobless claims numbers, but higher than expected inflation just tanked everything, including Bitcoin. Bitcoin was testing 45K all morning, and then Bitcoin dropped down to about 43 point something thousand where it's sitting now. So even Bitcoin was pretty heavily affected by CPI data. Here's the SPY coming down here. So the SPY's at 453.11s right now. So again, I don't want to see the SPY break under 453. I think AMC will follow it, at least on a small time basis, because AMC's following the broader market trends. If you look at this chart, like look at this, look at AMC, and then look at the SPY. And so if you want to see AMC do well, you need the SPY to hold here. And so let's cross our fingers for that and see what happens. Hey, thank you, Robert. Yeah, y'all hit that like button, guys, if you haven't already. Yeah, inflation numbers just tanked the market. I can't see the Facebook stock and the Disney stock. The words are covering it. No, sorry, Shane, but I think what's more relevant is what's going on in the actual market right now. Disney is at 157.30s, and like we're not going to put this up all day, but we're just kind of updating everybody on what's going on with AMC, with everything basically. All right, so here's what we did not want to see happen for the SPY. The SPY just broke under 452.70s, and again, I think AMC is going to follow it. There's the SPY breaking under 452.80s. We wanted to see it hold over 453. Again, what I really don't want to see is a break under 452. I think if we break under 452, that's going to be the lows of pre-market. That's going to renew a lot of skeptics bearish views on the market if we break under 452, and that's going to drop everything else, including, like you can see BBIG react to the market breaking lows. You can see AMC react to the market breaking lows. And so again, if you're a bull on AMC, you want to see the market hold. You want to see the market hold because it's being broadly affected by the S&P 500, the SPY, the CPI data, really. They're not releasing the same news. It's changing news. So it's not the same. It's just updated versions of it. Like they're analyzing. They do this no matter what. Like this isn't just this year. A lot of the time the CPI data is good and it benefits the market in a good way, but not this year so far. Not in 2022 so far. Inflation number has been very, very high. And look, here's that 452.20 level about to get tested here. So we're now testing 452.20s, 452.30s here. AMC broke under 18. So AMC did break under 18s. The SPY is testing these lows. Again, I want to see it hold over 452. But the broader market's dropping. And again, you can see everything else drop with it, including like Bitcoin here. If we look at Bitcoin, here's Bitcoin dropping with it too. So everything's kind of tanking with the market. Yeah, so everything dropping with the SPY in the broader market. So there's 452s here on the SPY here. So 452s is hitting. AMC's dropping with it. BBIG's dropping with it. Everything's basically dropping with the SPY tank. So yeah, we'll see what happens, guys. Let me know what you think. Are you buying this dip? Let me know. Are you buying this dip? Let me know. All right, Carol said hi, everybody. So that was Carol. She said hi. But yeah, market's testing 452, which again is the next big level here. But we can zoom out on AMC and see what kind of the equivalent level of this would be. I guess it would be this right here, which is right at 1775 here, actually. 1775 is probably AMC's related level to this. And so there's 452 breaking. This is not what we want to see in the SPY. We're going to clear this and draw these levels again. But yeah, there's 452 breaking. And, you know, not good. Here's 452 right here. The SPY is now under $452, consistently dropping. So hopefully we get some rebounds here. But let me know if you're buying the dip, guys. Are you buying this dip? Yeah, it's definitely exciting. Why did Bitcoin rip down? Because everything follows the broad inflation numbers, or the broadly released inflation data. Bitcoin, AMC, Disney, everything follows the inflation numbers, because this is not just a gauge of something specifically related to the stock market. The inflation numbers are directly related to the overall health of our economy. And so when we have high inflation numbers, it generally produces bearish movement, because again, it's not just the stock market. This is the entire economy that is affected by these CPI inflation numbers. All right, so the SPY bounced back over 452, and there's 1775 on AMC. So we drew the level correctly there. It was 1775 for AMC, and you can see us bounce directly off of that now. BKKT still at 680s, but yeah, there's the SPY. BBIG down at 330s. Why didn't you short the SPY when inflation came in? Honestly, I'm kind of hindsight. Send me back. I'd short the SPY. Let me have 10 minutes ago. I'd short it, you know. All right, so the SPY is trying to break back over 452s, and we'll see if it does. But it's trying. AMC tends to be bouncing back as well from 1775 to 18. So hopefully we don't get any more major drops in the market, but the market's been tanking here. I really wanted to see the market ideally hold over 453, and we just didn't. We just didn't hold over 453, unfortunately. So, you know, it is what it is. But hopefully we'll get some rebounds now. Hopefully things are cheap. I mean, I tend to be a bottom feeding dip buyer. I like buying the dips and everything. So we'll see. My neighbor's an ex-Detroit Lion running back, so he is rooting for Stafford. Yeah, for sure. Stafford was good on the Lions, too. I liked him. All right, so AMC bouncing back at 18s. We're at 452s again for the SPY. So the SPY is now effectively over 452, or at least it's right at 452 right now. So you can see a drop at 452, and now AMC is dropping with it. So again, gauging the market, we're going to see what happens. We're also looking at like SNDL. We're looking at IRNT, and I think they're all going to be kind of affected by it. You can also see like IRNT is not affected by it at all. So IRNT is a penny stock that's just not affected by this. But any type of, okay, I'll put it this way. Penny stocks might not be affected by CPI data, but anything that has to do with our economy is, right? So AMC definitely has to do with our economy. You know, everything does. BBIG at 330s, which is a social media site, again, related to our economy. So, yeah, we want to see the SPY bounce here. At least we want to see some consolidation, and I hope we don't break lows again at 451.50. You know, hopefully we can at least stay over 451.50 levels. Uber is at 42.30, so Uber's breaking over the VWAP here. But yeah, AMC is dipping down. Like I said, let me know if you're buying this dip. John, do you ever watch Al Brooks content? No, I've never heard of him really. Yeah, I've never heard of him, unfortunately. All right, guys. So AMC breaking under 451.40s here. So AMC breaking under 451.40s. Or, I mean, the SPY breaking under 451.50s. Down, breaking lows again here. I'm going to make this a little bit larger so you guys can correlate these two together. So market breaking lows is bad for AMC. It's bad for everything. So market breaking lows, AMC following it to a certain extent. BKKT is a little bit, more immune to it, it looks like. But market breaking lows, not good generally. Not good for the market. Obviously, QQQ is basically the same thing. I think it's possible, Frankie, but we'll have to wait and see, brother. AMC testing the low of the day, the low of pre-market right now again. So that low of pre-market on AMC is, like I said, at 1775. So we'll see what we get. But again, market's not looking great. A lot of stuff is tanking with the higher than expected CPI inflation data drop. So unfortunately, higher than expected inflation has everything tanking, and we'll see what we get. We'll see. Are you buying the dip, guys? Because we're certainly getting a dip in a lot of different things right now. Kind of sucks. I was in DraftKings, and I know this is just going to tank my DraftKings position. I'm still green, luckily, but man. Let me know your favorite dip buy stock right now. Is it BBIG? Is it BKKT? Is it AMC? Is it SNDL? I don't think SNDL did dip with it. All right, guys. So ABO at almost 27 cents. All right, guys. We'll see what we get right now. But Uber's pushing up. AMC testing lows at 1775. Again, let me know if you're buying this dip, guys. Are you buying this dip? Let me know. GoPro. People saying they're buying the GoPro dip. Yeah, GoPro. I don't know, man. GoPro. I don't know how relevant GoPro is anymore. I think GoPro, their heyday is done. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. What do you think about GoPro? Let me know in chat. BKKT. Yeah, BKKT is dipping down. It's at about $7 a share, a little bit under that. So if we can break over the VWAP, break over 7, I think it's good. But we'll have to wait and see what happens for BKKT. Great moves over the last 4 or 5 days, and just big percentage rips too. I want to buy in this dip, but I'm worried the market might not bounce back today. Yes, definitely an understandable fear. I mean, that's part of it, guys. That's part of it. You got to worry about stuff like that, and it's understandable. SoFi dipping as well. AMC down there. We got the SPY. We can look at QQQ as well. QQQ dipping down here too. So we'll see what happens. But AMC's bouncing at that low. And again, guys, I mean, this is why good technicals is important. If you guys heard me, I talked about 1775 before we really bounced off of this here. And so, this is how you're able to identify major support and resistance levels. We did it with AMC, and it's one of the reasons you should subscribe to this channel is because we call out a lot of these major levels and then look at the bounces and holds of support at these levels. Now, I'm not saying it's going to consistently hold, but, we called out this level before this double bottom right here on AMC, and, we're pretty accurate with these support and resistance areas. So let's see if the market can consolidate, get back over 452. If we can get back over 452, I think it's great. We got about 17 minutes until the market opens. 17 minutes, so we'll see. Let me get some music here. All right, so AMC bouncing back up here. I think $18 is big too. So if AMC can get back over 18, then I think that's great. I think if AMC can pop back over 18 and hold, that's great news. I don't know. I like the earnings GoPro's been putting out over the last year. Yeah, for sure. GoPro's done okay, but it's just one of those stocks that I don't know if I'm confident long term. All right, so AMC bouncing off of $18. We drew this level here too, but I think if you can get over $18, it's huge, but it doesn't look like it is. So we're watching 18. Let's see if we can hit over that. SPY, the big problem right now is that the SPY is testing lows again for the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, fourth time in the last like hour. The SPY is testing the previous low of the day again. So SPY definitely trending down, and this is going to drag a lot of stuff down with it. All right, so SPY just broke lows. 450. You know, if we don't hold over 450, you know, the market's going to there's going to be a lot of skeptics and bears out if we can't hold over 450. I think 450, big psychological level. It's just going to have a lot of people paying attention to it, and we'll see. Do you think the market will hold over 450, guys? Yeah, for sure, APOC. No worries, brother. Yeah, BKKT back up to 690s here. So BKKT is trying to run. All right, guys. So AMC is at 1785, 1780s. AREB. Yeah, BKKT's at 691s here. Look at BBIG bounce back up too. So BBIG, BKKT, the SPY. Let's hope we can bounce at 451s. I've heard some people mention AREB. The volume's a little bit light on this one today, but if it can get back over the VWAP, I think it'll renew some optimism and maybe get some more buys in. And, you know, we'll look for something like that, but not saying that's going to happen. Just the volume's a little bit light, and we'll see what happens with AREB. It's not bad. We'll have to watch that one at the open. SPY trying to consolidate over 451. Hopefully we'll get a double bottom here and start to rebound and start moving back up to test the VWAP. But who knows, man? Who knows? Tough market. All right, so BKKT's at 690s. We got the SPY at 451.50s. Like I said, guys, y'all hit the subscribe button. We do this live for free every single weekday morning. We're going to trade the opening bell completely live. We're going to watch AMC, watch BBIG, BKKT, and the SPY, and a bunch of other stocks as well. We're going to call out the biggest moving stocks, trade live. We trade a $30,000 account. Just to put it into perspective, this is a $30,000 account, and we're going to be trading it completely live, showing you my P&L every step of the way at the opening bell. So if you appreciate that, there's a lot of people that stream, but they don't really show you their actual trades. You know, they say, oh, I'm in this stock, and it's like, sure you are, bud. But if you want to see us be in actual trades, hit the subscribe button. We do this live every single weekday morning for free right here. Yeah, for sure, William. All right, guys, we got 14 minutes. 14 minutes. SPY bouncing back up here, guys. So the SPY's back up to 451.60s. All right, so there is 451.50s. So let's see if we can hold over that level. Consolidation right now, 13 minutes into the open. You can see the consolidation here too. If we make the SPY a little bit bigger, this is why it's relevant. It's like you can see the consolidation here. And so this is the range that we're watching right now in the SPY right there. Can y'all see that? That rectangle? That is the range we've been putting in the last, maybe a little bit lower than that actually if we activate this. It might actually be something like this. But I think I'm going to use the 452 level from 451 to 452. This is the range we're watching. We break over this range, bullish optimism. We break below that range, bearish skepticism. So we'll see. But hopefully we get some rebounds in the market. And yeah, let me know what you think, guys. AMC at 1780s right now. So AMC is bouncing, kind of doing the same thing. So here's AMC in that range right now. And we'll see if we can hold and break out over this range. BBIG at 330s, BKKT at 690 roughly. And we'll see. But you can see how kind of everything is getting followed here. And, you know, hopefully the market can sustain and hold. And yeah, let me know what you think. I was reading that 80% of day traders are not profitable because they can't limit their losses. Yeah, for sure. I mean, listen, you want to understand how to be profitable. Most traders lose in trading. And the reason they lose is because they don't have the ability to cut losses when they should. They get emotional is all it is, right? And so because of that, if you can get really good at cutting losses and just accepting a loss, if you can get really good at accepting a loss, you will have a huge edge over most traders, right? And the way you get really good at accepting a loss is simple. You condition yourself through repetition. You just repeat it over and over again until you become really, really good at cutting losses. And you just establish risk reward levels in every single trade you get involved with. Before you enter a trade, know where you're getting in, where you're getting out, what your stop loss level is, what your reward target is. Those 4 things. You can come up with those 4 things in every trade you get involved with. After a certain point, you will be very good at cutting losses. And that is the true path to profitability in trading. And so just get good at cutting losses, guys. That's all it is. You know. Yeah, Joel. If you want to show buy or sell triangles, you go to settings, you go to show trades, and then you click that. I'm not going to do it. It'll cloud the stream up too much because I trade too much. But yeah, that's how you do it. Yeah, for sure. All right, so we got about 10 minutes, guys, until the market opens. 10 minutes. Hit the notification bell, guys. Let us know that you're supportive. Hit that sub button. Hit the notification bell. We certainly appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, cutting losses is the main reason for most trader success. It's also waiting for favorable moments. You know, there's a famous quote. It says, "The money's not made in trading. It's made in the waiting." And that's absolutely true. If you can't limit your trading because the market's not favorable, you're just going to lose because the market's not always favorable. Sometimes the market sucks. And if you keep pushing and pushing and pushing in that crappy market, you're just going to lose. And so you got to get good at those 2 things. And if you can get good at those 2 things, the strategies don't matter. You know, they do, but not like you think they do. All right, so Uber dropping. Let's see if the SPY can hold. It's at 451.60s here, 451.60s. All right, so we're getting some mostly consolidation right now in everything. BKKT had a little dip. It's at 685s. The SPY is down to 451.40s. AMC is at 1780s. We've got BBIG at 340s. SPY, we want to see it hold over 450, obviously. Here's 450. There's 450. John, is an aftermarket buy with a sell the next day considered a round trip? Yes. Yeah, it's a round trip for sure. Anytime you buy and sell a stock, it's a round trip. Anytime you buy 50 shares and sell 50 shares, it's a round trip. You know, you could buy 1 share and sell 1 share. It's a round trip. Now, I think you're really asking me, is it considered a day trade? And I believe so. I think it would be. But I think it probably depends on your platform in that regard as well. All right, so the SPY's testing the lows again at 451.35s. 451.35s. We'll see what happens. But testing lows at 451.30s. And, you know, it's got a lot of work to get back up here if we're going to do better after these really bad inflation numbers. Again, just to put it into perspective, if you're just now joining the stream, the reason everything's tanking, including AMC, including BBIG, and obviously the SPY, the reason, and Bitcoin. If you're wondering why Bitcoin, AMC, everything dropped in the last 30 to 45 minutes, is because the inflation numbers came out. They expected 7.3% inflation, and it came in higher at 7.5%, thus causing a lot of bearish skepticism of the markets, and we got huge drops in everything. AMC, GameStop, the SPY, Bitcoin, whatever you can think of. For the most part, if it has a larger cap, it dropped. And so right now, everything's down on the day, and we're going to look at the opening bell to see, number 1, if we get some volatility at the open, and number 2, if we can get AMC to rebound, BBIG to rebound, or anything else to kind of come back after these pretty catastrophic drops from higher inflation numbers. That is kind of the story of the market today, and we'll see what happens. Ooh, Carol's got me some food. Yeah.
Rosie legit just threw up in the car into my purse with all of my stuff.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, baby. That sucks. Here, close the door if you can. Man, that's tough. Rosie threw up in Carol's purse. And it's like a $4,000 purse too. All right, so BBIG dipping down to 330s. Man, that's not a good morning, huh? Is your morning better than that, guys? Let me know in chat. I'd get hit with the copyright strike so fast, Liana, if I did. So I can't. Hope you guys understand. All right, guys, 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Disney at 156.30s. The SPY is bouncing up a little bit. Again, we're consolidating, though. And like I said, look at this rectangle. AMC, we're still in this consolidation rectangle here. This is the range. So we break out of that range. Maybe we'll get some renewed strength. Dude, honestly, I tried to get her the purse for Valentine's Day. She literally said no, she didn't want it. And it's like, I had the money too, but she said she didn't want it. She might want it now, though. All right, Disney at 156. All right, so we got the SPY at sideways action. We got AMC at 18. BKKT rip it up at 690s. We've got BBIG at 330s. AMC at 1790s. SPY at 451.60. So we're consolidating and holding here. We got 5 minutes into the opening bell, guys. 5 minutes. Yeah, I bet she might right now. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was like a $4,000 purse. It's a Louis Vuitton. Is what it is. I tried to tell her too. Yesterday she wanted to bring Rosie in the car with me, and I just told her, I was like, look, we don't have to bring Rosie everywhere right now. Like, and she insisted, and now it is what it is, you know. Anyways, the SPY is at 451.50. AMC is dipping down. We got a little bit of a drop just now on this last candle on the SPY, and you can see AMC kind of react to that. BBIG has been dipping down some. I want to see BBIG hold over 330s. So 330s is kind of the level for BBIG that I think we want to see. BKKT is at 690s here, guys, 690s. So we'll see if we can hold over that as well. And we do have like CFVI starting to rip. BKKT's at 690. So here's the SPY potentially breaking lows again. So is the SPY going to break lows again? What makes the bag worth 4K? Well, I mean, you got to think of it like this, right? Guys like to flex with watches, like a Rolex watch, or, you know what I mean, like Jordans or whatever it is right now. And so women like to flex with purses and stuff like that. You know. All right, so we got BBIG at 330s. We've got AMC at 1775s, bouncing off of that low at 1775. And again, we called this level out earlier. Again, this is the range that we're watching here. We've stayed in this range for the last, like, what is this? The last 25 minutes. And we're watching the SPY because the SPY is certainly influencing AMC. If the SPY rips, AMC will probably rip. If the SPY drops majorly, then AMC will probably drop majorly with it. We're watching BKKT, it's at 680s. We're watching BBIG, it's at 330s. Have I mentioned RHE yet? Regional Health? No, I haven't. I haven't even really seen RHE. Looking at RHE here. RHE's gapping up to 530s. Regional Health Properties. Yeah, I don't see any catalyst here. I don't know why it's up. They had changes of ownership on early January, but I don't see why it's up. All right, so here's the SPY. At least DraftKings is bouncing back to almost $23 a share, so at least DraftKings is up. RHE looks good for a gapper, though, so we'll see. We also have, like, IRNT today. All right, guys, we got less than 2 minutes. Here's IRNT is at 430s. CFVI is at 1350s. We've got... Yeah, I have no idea what's real or what's fake. I always tell Carol. Carol always asks me, hey, does this look good? Like, in terms of clothes, and I tell her, like, she has to match me. Like, if it was up to me, I would wear unmatching clothes all day, every day. Accidentally, completely unintentionally. I would be oblivious to it. So I have no idea anything about style or clothes or name brand purses or anything like that. I like watches, though, so I do like watches. All right, we have AMC at 1790s. Marketing open is coming in about a minute. 1 minute, guys, until the market opens. Yeah, IRNT, AREB. We're watching this too. So AREB, we're watching IRNT. Watching the SPY here, really. We want to see what the SPY does at the opening bell more than anything else, because it's going to influence a lot of other things we're paying attention to, holding, watching, all that stuff. So we're going to watch the SPY. BKKT testing lows now, right before the opening bell. So again, y'all green or red so far in pre-market, let me know, and let's get ready for the market open, guys. Market open is going to be in about 30 seconds. 30 seconds, guys. AMC bouncing up. SPY testing 451s, BBIG at 335s, BKKT down to 670s, Disney pushing up, RHE consolidating over 5, CFVI at 1350s. We've got DraftKings at 23. Let me know if you're green or red. Any suggestion in watch brand? Well, what's your price range, Michael? All right, guys, here's the bell. Good luck. All right, guys, here's the bell. Good luck, team. All right, guys. So we do have the SPY bouncing up to 451.50s right at the opening bell. It's definitely not saying that it's going to continue, but we're watching that currently in the market right now. So we're watching that currently in the market. SPY is up there to 451.70. So we are getting some bounces here. And again, you can see like AMC bounce up with the market itself here. So the SPY is back up to 452s. AMC is up there to almost to over 18. Just got rejected at the $18 level. And so watching the SPY, watching AMC. AMC's at $18 right now. We've got BKKT. We're watching this previous low down here at 660s. We're also looking at IRNT. RHE is popping up. RHE is up to 530s right now. 530s. BKKT is down to 670s. DCFC, we're looking at that too. Disney drop. But the SPY's pushing up and AMC's pushing up with it. BBIG's riding it up too. And then again, like I said, we got BKKT at these lows here. So SPY's looking okay. We're up to over 452s again, or we were for a split second. And so AMC's popping up to 1808s, 1809s. All right, it's the market open.
Oh.
All right, love you. I don't know, I'll put it right there. Here's the market open. I love you. BBIG at 350s, 340s, 350s, AMC at 18s. We've got BKKT at 1680s. We've got the SPY at 450s. No, she's not that bummed out, you know. If I had a Rolex and Rosie puked all over it, I think I'd be kind of heated, you know. BBIG at 340s, guys. We got AMC at 18s. SPY still ripping up. It's at 452.20s here, 452.20. So BBIG spike at the opening bell. It's at 340s, guys. 340s. Again, I think the relevant level for BBIG here is going to be the previous close at 359. AMC still popping up. Let's see if it gets over the VWAP here, which is great, a great sign. And you can see the SPY ripped up in the first 3 minutes too. So yeah, we're watching all of this first 2 minutes. So what are you guys buying right now? BKKT holding at that 670 level, pushing back up to 690s. Let's see if BKKT can break over the VWAP and hold support over 7. Let's see if we can break over the VWAP and hold support over 7. The SPY is down to 452.16s, 452.15s. SOPA ripping? Is SOPA ripping? Yeah, SOPA is ripping, guys. Look at SOPA, guys. SOPA flying up here. Flying up for SOPA. Wow. All right, Disney dumping down. BKKT looks good. I mean, it's starting to move up. It's at $7 now. So over the VWAP at 7. AMC breaking highs at 816, 819s. BBIG up over 340s. 350 is going to be a psychological level that we got to break for BBIG here. So we're at 350s right now. SOPA at 395s. Market is generally pretty healthy since the opening bell. All right, so we are ripping up for SOPA here. Yeah, I'm getting some weird error message from TOS here, so I gotta talk to TOS chat. But AMC, rip it up. It's at 1820s guy now. BBIG testing 350. Remember, we said 350. BKKT sitting at 7 here, guys. Sitting at 7. All right, so we're watching Disney here. AMC flying up to 1830s. Will it break 20 today? We have BKKT over 7s. BKKT over 7s. Yeah, AMC flying up at 1820s right now. SOPA rip it up too. Is over 4s. We got BKKT at 7s. BPIG at 351s right now, guys. 351s. Sorry, guys. I'm going to eat a little bit on stream. Don't hate me. I eat Starbucks like once every 2 months, so don't judge me, guys. BBIG at 350s. Again, this is going to be a level that BBIG's got to get over. AMC flying up, guys, at 1840s. 1840s. The market itself is pulling back to 452. Let's see if it can hold. So there's 350. BKKT, guys, is setting up. It broke VWAP. It's holding. AMC with a big dip down to 18s here. Big dip down to 18s. All right, so we have BKKT at 711s here. We've got AMC at 1820s. We've got BBIG at 350s. We've got SOPA at 408s. AREB, yeah, we're watching AREB. Look at AREB fly here, guys. Wow, AREB flying up, guys, at 340s, 330s, 340s for AREB. Crazy, crazy. All right, so BKKT dipping down to 7s, BBIG dipping down. And I remember, guys, I mean, this is why you want to watch this channel, so subscribe, is because we talked about 350 when it was way down here. We said 350 is a level, and we drew this resistance level right here, and look at exactly what happens to BBIG. It goes up to that resistance level and comes back down. Technical analysis 101, but we'll call these levels out in this stream, so hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, guys. All right, so AREB is flying up here, guys. I'm going to try to figure out. Okay. Well, I'm looking up the catalyst for AREB here. This is American Rebel Holdings. American Rebel Holdings. I don't see any catalyst here. They announced the closing of a 10.5 million public offering yesterday on February 9th. And so that's what happened, is that they closed an offering yesterday. What was the offering? A $10.5 million offering for AREB. Let's watch 350 right here. So let's look at 350s. So there's 350s right there. So we'll watch that. We'll see if we bounce there for AREB. AMC starting to test highs. The previous high right now is about 1840 for AMC, about 1840s. BBIG dipping down to the volume weighted average price at 340. BKKT rejected. And so we're going to give that a shot today. Big moves here. AMC breaking highs again. It's at 1840s, guys. 1840s. AREB down to 350s. BBIG up to 340s again. So bouncing right at the volume weighted average price at 340. BBIG starting to head back up. AMC about to break highs again, guys. So AMC is back up to 1840s right now. 1840s. And so we'll see what we get. But we're breaking highs right now. Potentially breaking highs. Let's see if AMC does. Up to 1840s, guys. AREB. Where did ARB bounce, guys? Listen, I'm definitely top 3 traders in the world right now. I'm obviously being sarcastic, but I was right again about the AREB pullback. Look at this dip, man. We called this level out before this happened. We called this out. Or this 350 level. We drew this level, and look at where we bounced on AREB right at 350. Went all the way up to 380s. So we're getting pretty good at technicals here. And we'll see if we can hold over that level. AMC testing 1840s right now. Testing 1840s. We got BKKT back over 7s here, guys. Back over 7s. Thank you, Chelsea. I appreciate you. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, we're trying over here. But let's see if BBIG can hold over 345. AMC just broke highs at 1840s. Let's see if BKKT can hold over 7. I think 7's kind of the level. IRNT is actually trying to break over the VWAP right now, too. So IRNT is at 440s. Trying to break over the VWAP, too, here. BBIG is up to 340s. AMC is up there to 1840s. AREB is at 350. So we got some interesting movement here for sure. The SPY itself is just ripping up here. Yeah, I'm lagging on TOS too. All right, so $7 for BKKT. Again, watch the 350 level for AREB. Choking on Starbucks, guys. IRNT did pop over 450s. Look at IRNT. Did pop over 450s. It's at 450 now. We've got AMC dipping, testing highs, but trying to break highs at 1840. A lot of stuff rebounding from the big market drop this morning. So market flew up. Whoa. I don't know if that's a glitch candle or what for the SPY, but market flew up. What? So here's the dip for IRNC. Let's see if it holds at the VWAP. $7 did hold for BKKT. It did hold for BKKT. Market coming back. Yeah, for sure. Market looks good. SPY pushing up. We just made $50 in the futures market. We're up 50 on the futures market. And this is through Top Step. We'll talk about it a little bit later. But we're trading the SPY basically in this bullish action. BKKT looks good, though. It's over 7s. It's holding over the VWAP. BBIG's at 340s. 340s holding fairly well there. It's holding fairly decently at about 340 to 350. AMC is at 1840s right now. We got IRNC at 450s. BKKT ripping up, guys, at 727.30s for BKKT. So huge rip now. We'll see what we get, but the market is kind of moving. So we'll see if BKKT can continue its strength here. But it's ripping up nicely. Yeah, what about Prague? Let's check Prague out. IRNT's over the VWAP and consolidating now. Here's Prague. Prague's trying to move up too. Is that 190s here? 190s. Look at BBIG. BBIG testing 350 again. So this is the second test of 350s for BBIG after the big runs up earlier in the day. So we'll see if we can break over 350 and hold. AMC with a large pullback now. SPY's actually dipping down a little bit as well here. So the SPY is actually dropping some. All right, we just scalped another, little bit from the futures market. We're up 137.50, scalping the E-mini and the micro E-mini. Yeah, BRCC ripped to 1850, huge range, but low liquidity. AMC is holding at the VWAP, trying to bounce back up. BBIG just broke over those highs. So BBIG over the highs now. Look at IRNT rip here, guys, at 490s, $5. BKKT at 720s here. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of TOS lag too. All right, we'll see if BBIG can hold over 350 right now. It needs to hold over 350. So it's over 350. It broke over the previous high of the day at 352, and it's currently sitting just over 350 right now. AMC moving up to test 1840s. IRNT finally with a big pullback here after some pretty big drops. So IRNT starting to drop now. Let's see if it holds support at like 457, 460s. I think that's the support level, 457, 460s right here. Maybe it holds over it, maybe it doesn't. But look, we got BBIG with the 350 support level. You can see it bouncing directly off of that. And AMC is kind of consolidating right now, but it's definitely up on the day since the opening bell. Obviously, it's not green on the entire day, including pre-market because of the inflation data kind of hitting everything. But AMC is pretty green since the opening bell. It's up there to 1830s, 1835s. Sorry, I was chewing my food, but all right, so look at where we bounced for IRNT as well, guys. I mean, we talked about this. Scalping a little bit of the futures market here. You see we're up about $100. So we just got out. We're up 212 in futures. And yeah, we talked about 460 as a support level. Here's 460 right here. Actually, I got this a little bit wrong. Here's 460 right here. And look at where we go to, guys. So we went down exactly to that level at 460. We're watching the broader SPY here. BBIG did not hold over 350, or at least is testing it now. And we're getting some pullbacks in all of these, including BKKT. IRNT did bounce at 460. So listen, man, we've been pretty spot on with our support levels. AMC is consolidating sideways. It's at 1825s, 1830s. Yeah, for sure. That's what I said, Larry. AMC is definitely down on the day because of the inflation numbers that dropped, for sure. But AMC is ripping up in the last few days, so, you know, a little bit of everything. SPY is now dipping down some here. I'm going to eat my cake pop. IRNT testing 460s again. Let's see if it holds. AMC at 1820s. BKKT dipping. BBIG dipping.
The SPY is dropping here. So the SPY is kind of influencing everything. So the SPY is down in the last 2 minutes. And so a lot of stuff is just following it. All right, guys. So we want to see BKKT hold over 7. I think that's what we want to see. BBIG popping back over 350s. Back over 350s. We got AMC at 1830s. We've got IRNT at 450s. We got BKKT at 7s. SPY moving up to 454s. IRNT dipping down under that 460 level. So maybe we're wrong about that last one on 460 because it's still tanking here. VWAP's really important for IRNT. If it can't hold over the VWAP, it's going to be struggling. But the SPY just bounced. So that'll probably positively influence AMC, BBIG. I don't know about BKKT. I don't know how close it's following the broader market trends. But SPY bounced back up to 454s. And so I think that's probably going to be good for AMC. It's probably going to be good for BKKT too. So here's AMC up to 1830s. SPY just ripped, guys. Look at the SPY here. SPY just flew. Look at this. Wow. SPY flew. It's up to 455. Huge rip in the SPY. That's going to drag everything else up, including AMC, including BBIG, including BKKT probably. But a huge rip in the SPY. Very volatile rip. It's up to 455s. AMC is up to 1850s right now, guys. 1850s. So making moves. BBIG's at 350s too. SPY is up to 455 20s. We've got BKKT at 720s. We've got AMC at 1850s right now. So big rips from the market itself. Big moves. Is there a reason for this? Is there an actual number reason for this? I think we're just getting a bounce, man. Big bounce. BKKT pulling back. AMC flying, guys. So AMC in green today and break over the previous closing price? Previous close is 1894. So let me know. Well, AMC in green today. Previous close is at 1894. It's at 1860s right now. So it's got to get about 30 cents up. We just scalped a little bit more in the futures market. We're up 237 in futures. So we're doing pretty well there too. AMC flying, it's up. It's at 1870s. Yeah, so listen, I asked everybody if you were buying the dip. You should have, because the market ripped up. AMC just tapped the previous close. AMC just hit it, broke the previous closing price. So AMC is over the previous close. AMC is technically green on the day now. AMC is technically green on the day. Well, now it's not, but it was for a split second. It popped over 19 for a second as well. So AMC is testing green. BBIG's flying up. It's at 350s, 358s, 360s here. So BBIG is moving up in unison with everything else. The market is flying. Very bullish day after pretty bad CPI numbers, but everything's trying to rebound, especially the small cap world. And AMC is not really a small cap. It's got like 500 million float. But BBIG's running. AMC's running over the previous close. AMC is technically green on the day now. Popped over 19 for a split second. Yeah, AMC is technically green on the day, over $19. So we're finally getting another leg up here. Huge rips. All right, guys, we got 1905s for AMC, 1905s. Huge rips. We're technically green on the day now for AMC. So pretty impressive numbers. up there to 19s. We got the SPY at 455 12s. BKKT. $19.05. So we got BBIG technically green on the day. So BBIG is now green as well. If BKKT can end green, then we've had rebounds in all of these. So BBIG hit 360s, testing green. AMC really nicely green at 19s now. It's got to hold over 19. I think 19 is a big level. We certainly want to see AMC hold over the previous closing price over here. Man, I lost my mouse. There it is. The previous closing price right there at 1894s, 1895s. Yeah, so big moves here. We're watching IRNT. SPY holding a little bit, looks good. DCFC actually popped over the VWAP here, so DCFC. BBIG is now green on the day. It's at 360s, guys, 360s. SPY rip it up, it's at 455s. BKKT at 730, so very green action. IRNT dumped. So, I mean, this is kind of what happens with some penny stocks is that you just get big, quick reaction and drops here. So, big drops, big, quick reactions. Prague finally moving. Yeah, Prague is popping up, guys. So, look at Prague. Prague is popping up. It's at 198s. 198s. $199s for Prague. So we'll see what happens, but huge moves. We're at 1911s, 1915s. Prague flying up. We've got the SPY up there to 455.50s. We got Prague up to 198s. We've got IRNT moving up. It's at 440s, but it's still below the VWAP now. But Prague is technically green. BBIG is technically green. AMC is technically green up to 1920s. BKKT is at 730s. It's got to get up to the 760 level if it wants to end green. But a lot of things that were pretty heavily red in pre-market have now completely rebounded and are now green on the day and are flying up with huge volume, including BBIG, AMC, Prague, BKKT. And so a really exciting market right now, man. We got a lot of stuff moving. A lot of stuff moving here, team. Yeah, BBIG rips up to 370s for BBIG, and it's flying. Volume is high too, about 400,000 shares traded per minute in BBIG right now, about 400K per minute. And AMC, it's even more. It's 400,000 to 600,000 per minute per share, or per minute in volume, I mean, for AMC. So huge rips. Prague, we want to see the volume sustain. The Prague volume is a little bit light, but it's over the previous close. It's technically green on the day. And look at BBIG, man. BBIG is flying up. It's at 370s right now for BBIG. So huge moves. So BBIG is running here. So we'll see what happens, but BBIG is ripping. I bought the F and dip. Nice, Thomas. Hey, we talked about it here. Buying the dip. You green or red so far today, guys? Let me know. All right, so the SPY's at 450s. We've got Prague up there to 197s, 190s. We got BBIG finally pulling back some here. So on these pullbacks for both AMC, for Prague, for BBIG, what we really want to see here, guys, is we want to see these stocks hold over the previous closing price. If you don't have the script for the previous closing price, we do have a script in our Discord that we do do have a script in our Discord that will automatically document the previous closing price in our Discord. You can see this light blue line is automatically documented on every one of these charts. And if you want to join our Discord, I'll post this link. Let's check it out. If you want to join our Discord, here's the link. Go ahead and join, get set up with us. And yeah, we drop all the links live on stream every day. And we also have the script if you want the script. All right, so there's the bounce at 365, another level that we documented on this chart, man. Look at this, BBIG. AMC bouncing right at the previous close. AMC bouncing right at the previous close all the way up to over 19s. Over 19s. All right, so there's AMC. TOS is lagging a little bit, but AMC ripping up. It's at 1920s here, guys. And look at another level we documented, which was 365. And look at where we bounced for BBIG. Right off of that 365 level. So we're running here. AMC breaking highs again at 1925 here, guys. 1925. Here's our Discord. And we'll put the previous closing script in the Discord right now. All right, so AMC breaking over the highs is at 1920s. BBIG breaking highs again. It's at 372s, and it's running. BKKT. Guys, BKKT is setting up. Prague is setting up. Prague's technically green. Look at BBIG and AMC run here. And then BKKT is starting to pop as well. It's at 730s here. So we're getting some chaos in the market right now, man. We're getting a lot of craziness here. Huge runs right now and a lot of these things. So, you know, we're getting some craziness in the market, guys. Again, let me know what you're watching. Let me know what you're paying attention to. All right. Let me know what you're watching, holding, green, red. Let me know. Printing tendies left and right. Congrats, Tony. Nice, bro. Apes are bigger than the CPI. That they are, bro. Damn, John, you drink too much coffee. Well, I've definitely got a double of my tea this morning. But I also think we're having some market excitement. And so anytime we get market excitement, I talk fast. And we try to cover everything really quickly. Kind of leave it like a horse race in stocks. You know, we're like the horse racing stocks. You know, that or like a bidding war, you know, whichever one you like. But we got the new channel coming soon. Horse race trades. Anyways, we got pullbacks to BBIG. It's at 365. GGPI. Market's still pushing up. It's at 455. Yeah, I'm looking at GGPI right now. What that one looks like. Yeah, GGPI flew too, man. Look at GGPI, guys. So just to show you this chart. Prague dipped below the previous close, but here's GGPI. It's at 1111s here. BBIG pulling back to 365s. AMC at 1920s. We've got BKKT at 740s here. So John L., fastest talker in the market. You talk fine, John, very, very eloquently. I've got the voice of an angel, Chelsea. I appreciate it. Thank you. BBIG at 370s. AMC at 1926. I think fast, and so I talk fast. I'm sorry. GGPI at 11s. Hey, congrats, Tony. Killing it, man. Yeah, here goes AMC with the strong finish, pushing up to 1920s. Now, BBIG at 370s. Again, the bigger thing, the overarching thing that you want to pick up from this stream is how correct we are about support levels. 365, we've been calling that out all morning. AMC, same thing. We talked about 18. We talked about 19. We talked about the previous closing price. We showed you guys how you could find it. GGPI with a big pullback, though. Are y'all buying that dip in GGPI? And another one that we haven't talked about lately is BKKT. It's starting to push up. 750s might be a resistance level right here, right where we're running into now. But if we can get over 750 and then hit 760s, that's even better. Here goes BBIG breaking highs again. It's at 730s here. AMC at 1920s. Yeah, I'm just messing with y'all. Yeah, is John reporting on stocks or auctioning them off? A little bit of both here, you know. Prague back over the previous close. So Prague is back over the previous closing price. It's at 199s right now. 199s. Look at BBIG rip. It's at 375s here. So BBIG over 375. We've got AMC up to 1930s right now. Up to 1930s. Prague ripped up, breaking highs again, though. Look at Prague. It's up to over 199. Let's see if we can get over $2 here. $2 is going to be a big support or resistance level. And again, just like we talked about with BKKT, 750 is a resistance level. And so we're running into that resistance level for BKKT now. Let's see if we can pop over it. You know, it's just a psychological level of 750. It's a $0.50 level. Prague still trying to push up. BBIG, man, it is flying up here. Still got pretty good volume of about 750,000 to 600,000 shares traded per minute in BBIG. So solid volume. Prague is up to 199s. And we're going to see if BKKT can break over 750 and then make a test to try to end green with everything else as well. Yeah, y'all subscribe. Yeah, we do this live for free every single day. So every single day we're here live, completely free. Don't sell a course. We don't sell a service. We don't claim to be experts. We don't claim to be gurus. We don't charge a penny for anything. It's all free. And so if you appreciate movements like that, hit the sub button. You know, it's pretty rare, to be honest, because most people end up selling courses or something. But we don't. We just give everything away for free. So hit the subscribe button, guys, and we'll keep watching. BBIG pushing up. We got BKKT at 740s. We've got AMC at 1920s. Hey, thank you, JB. Yeah, for sure, DW, 100%, man. Bitcoin pumping, good, man. I need Bitcoin to rip, bro. Let me see if we can find it. And we killed it in futures today. We're up $237 in futures, so you love to see it. GGPI did bounce on the dip. Prog testing $2. And so, again, here's BKKT testing this 350 level that we talked about. So you can see this here. This is 350. It's a psychological level. It's a $0.50 level, and it's right under the previous close. So the first step we need for BKKT is to get over 750 and then ultimately hold that level of support. And that's what we want to see first. And then if we can do that and consolidate there for a minute and pick up some strength and not come back down, then we can see the move up to test 762, which would end green, which would make BKKT technically green on the day if it can get over 762. AMC up there to 940s. We have two tops at 940s right now. So two tops at 940s for AMC. We can see one here, and we can see one here. Now, these might be resistance levels, but that's the next level that AMC's got to get over. And so it's at 1940s. It's moving up to 1930s, and we'll see what happens. It's trying. It's making the push now. We've got some support built up underneath at 1920s here. It's a previous highs and lows, so relevant level, and you can kind of see the range. Let's see if AMC can break out of this latest range. It's at 1930s right now, 1930s. Yeah, green is everywhere, bro. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's exactly right. Like one of the reasons look, there goes BKKT. So it broke over 750. It broke over the previous closing price at 770. So BKKT ripped over the previous close. AMC is breaking over highs at 1915s, 1914s, 1950s. And we have BKKT ripping over the previous close. BKKT is technically green on the day. Wow. And then now for BKKT, we can look at a more macro look of support and resistance. So the next level is 785 right here. It's the high from yesterday, 784 to be correct. 784 is the highs from yesterday. So if BKKT wants to be really strong today, it's got to get over that 785 level, which it just did. It just tapped that. So BKKT is squeezing up right now. What's the short float on BKKT? Flying up 790s, $8. Just hit $8 for BKKT. The short float is high. It's up. It's 20%. So short squeeze for BKKT going on right now. There's 805s. AMC's ripping up. So AMC's ripping up to 1970s. 1970s for AMT. We're getting squeezes here, guys. This is squeezes for BKKT. This is squeeze. AMC up there to up there to 20, almost 20 at 1975s. So we're running right now in the market. This is a crazy market, man. This is a crazy market. Yeah, one of the reasons we don't get more viewers is just because I'm not selling. Like, if I wanted to pretend to be more profitable than I was and sell a course or a service and pretend to, drive around in Lamborghinis and live in mansions and sold people courses and basically sold people an unrealistic dream, I could grow larger, for sure. But I'd rather just be real about it and sleep good at night, BKKT's at 790, so we're going to see if it can break over 8. It tapped 8. It got up to 808s. We got AMC up there at 1983s here. $20, big psychological level. If AMC can get back over 20 over the teens, then it looks good. It already looks good. We're going to clear out some of this clutter, support, and resistance now that we have broken over all these major levels for AMC. And here's $20. $20, the big level. All right, so now that we've broken over this, let's see if we pull back to this previous high from the day and hold support. Let's see if we bounce right here for BKKT. I think we will, and I think we are now. AMC edging closer and closer to that $20 level. Closer and closer to that $20 level. Yeah, if I could do luxury cars, I'd get a R34. I saw one down the street too the other day. AMC just hit 20s, 2005s, 2007s. .2007 still ripping. We've got BBIG at 375s. At 404s. We got BKKT. Again, let's see if it bounces again. We drew this level, and there's the bounce, man. Our technicals are pretty spot on. All right, there's BBIG up there to 370s. Breaking highs again for BBIG. Huge runs. AMC broke over 20s. Crazy day right now, guys. Crazy day. OCGN at 4s. BBIG at 375s. We got BKKT. Let's see $8 for BKKT. I think $8 is relevant. IRNT trying to break over the view up as well. So IRNT is going. OCGN running too. So OCGN is at 404s right now. All right, BBIG at 370s. We've got BKKT at 8s. All right, we're at $8 for BKKT. Still pumping. $8. All right, guys. So consolidation now. BKKT bounced directly off of the level we talked about, guys. We talked about this level here at 785, and look at exactly where we bounce off of. So getting some nice movement here with good volume here for BKKT at 750 to 500,000 shares traded per minute. The volume is really nice. We got AMC at 1995. We got OCGN at 4s. We've got Prague at 190s. Is there any major earnings calls this afternoon? BBIG breaking highs again. It's at 377s. So BBIG breaking highs again. It's at 377s. AMC consolidating here. Let's see if we hold. It's big. Let's see if we hold. All right. So AMC is at 1990s right now. BBIG though is just ripping up. It's at 377s right now. So 377. Huge rip for this. So big moves. Let's see if this. I mean, we got a few levels that we could pull back to on AMC. All right, so look, BKKT bouncing exactly off of that 785 level still. BBIG breaking highs. There's a few levels we could bounce at for AMC. The first one is going to be at 1975. 1975 support level. We bounced off of that level about 2 minutes ago. If we get a larger, more dramatic pullback, it's going to be at 1950s. BBIG still breaking highs at 380s here, man. Wow. 380 still breaking highs. Affirm and Twitter. Yeah, well, I think the Twitter conference call is already done. I don't think it's today. Twitter's already done. But Affirm might be today. And if it is, we can cover that. But man, look at BBIG. So there's the bounce on AMC, exactly off of that same level. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to follow it yet. I think it's a little bit too premature to say I called this level yet at 1975. But it's looking okay so far. And we'll see if we bounce. AMC is up a huge amount on the day. And so very rarely will a stock hold all of their gains on the day. And so hopefully it does. But, you know, we shouldn't expect it to. No idea, Harold. No idea, brother. Yeah, AREB honestly doesn't look bad here. Prague is still up there, so we're watching Prague. Here's AREB. Is at 355s, 356s. So AREB is another pretty strong one that looks solid. BBIG finally starting to pull back some after a huge run, but look at AREB. Joel called this one out. So yeah, I mean, we bounced at my level from 785 all the way up to 806. So we bounced like 20 to 25 cents from the level I called out, but now we're finally breaking down on BKKT. Now, the big thing to watch here, is the previous closing price at 760. Same thing with AMC. AMC with a big drop. Again, if it's a more dramatic drop, like I said, it might be at like 1950s. If it's not, if it can't hold there, then we're going to start looking at the previous closing price for anticipation. And for holding at that level, if that makes sense. So a lot of traders are going to be paying attention to this level right now for AMC, which is a mix of the previous closing price and the VWAP. Very relevant level. It's going to influence the trend a massive amount, and it's just going to have a lot of people paying attention to it. So this $19 level, it's the VWAP, it's a whole dollar, and it's the previous closing price all combined into one level. And so that's the relevant level for AMC right now that we want to see it hold over. Oops. But like I said, if it's a more dramatic drop, we might bounce at 1950, which we're kind of looking like now. Maybe we don't. I don't know. Nothing's 100%. We're all speculating here, but yeah, we'll see what happens. And then here's Prague. Prague is at 190s. So Prague trying to hold too. All right, so Zillow this afternoon. I'm really curious to see if I'm right about AMC's support level at 1950 though. All right, so we're at 1950s. We got BKKT at 770s. So again, the previous closing price is what we have to watch now. We need to watch this previous close. Also, guys, y'all do me a favor while we're sitting here. We've been calling out some pretty good levels. Y'all go give me a follow on Twitter. Twitter is a social media I haven't built up as much as I maybe should have. So give me a follow. We got like over 2,000 followers there, but I certainly could build it up more. And so y'all help me out with that. Go give me a follow. It's twitter.com/beginner trades or just at beginner trades. Yeah, we'll see if AMC can tap 20 again. It certainly could. That's my Twitter handle. So y'all go give me a follow. All right, so here's the BKKT at 760, 760. So we'll see if we hold there or not. AREB is pulling back down to that 350 level. Prague broke under the previous close. And AMC is right at that 1950 level we drew. So BKKT testing lows. For BBIG, I think we have like 370 right here. I think 370 is probably pretty relevant. Let's extend that to the left. That one's not as established, but I think 370 makes sense to pay attention to. I think if we're looking at short-term levels, I think traders are watching 370 for BBIG. So we'll see if we can hold. Yeah, and if I don't know how big of a company. Let me see what AFRM is. Is AFRM a big company? If it is, we'll do the earnings call. Technology company. It operates as a financial lender of installment loans for consumers to use as the point of sale to finance a purchase. Interesting. So it's kind of a banking related stock. All right. So right now on the SPY here, we've got some pullbacks. So the SPY dipping down to 455.60s. And I think this has just been affecting everything else. Like the SPY is dipping. SPY ripped all the way up to 457. A lot of people thought the SPY might end green today. But if we look at the SPY here, we're getting a pullback in the last 5 minutes, 6 minutes. And so in the last 6 minutes, we've got a pullback on the SPY. And if you look at everything else, including AMC, we've pulled back in the last 6 minutes. BKKT, we pulled back in the last 6 minutes. BBIG, we pulled back in the last 5 to 6 minutes. And so a lot of stuff is following the broader market, and you can see the broader market on the left side of the screen here. So are you buying this dip? Let me know. Coca-Cola is reporting this afternoon. Let me check. Yeah, AFRM is going to be at close today. And then we have Coca-Cola, which I believe, what's Coca's symbol? All right, it's KO. Coca-Cola reported earnings at 6:55 this morning. So Coke is not this morning. Or Coke is not this evening. And if you want to see what Coca-Cola, which is KO symbol, their earnings were, they had an earnings beat Wall Street that beat Wall Street expectations. So they had an earnings beat. So Coca-Cola did well, but it's not reporting today. BKKT back over the previous close. AMC, like I said, dipped down to this 1950 level we called out, and it's been consolidating around that level ever since, which is usually a good sign. Generally, what it takes to rebound is consolidation at first, and that's kind of what we're getting here. Yeah, KT7. AFRM is a big trading company. Got you. Craig, I usually trade live. Like I said, I have some kind of weird error in my TOS account. I spoke with somebody. It's not going to be fixed until tomorrow. It has to do with equity that I used in a trade and that got tied up. And for whatever reason, because that equity in a trade was not there this morning, that I'm restricted by the PDT rule right now. It'll give me it back tomorrow. I talked to the guy. But so because we usually trade pretty live here every day. You can ask anybody here. We're usually very active. We trade 30, 40, 50 times a day. But because of that trade, it restricted my equity to be slightly under 25K when I started the day. And I even asked him, I was like, well, I sold the position. I have over, and this was something I was planning on investing in that didn't really want to announce to anybody. And I'm not really going to announce it to anybody here, but it was a decent sized investment of about 5K, but I tried to sell it this morning. I sold it this morning anyway. And just so I could have that 25K in equity, because I didn't know I couldn't hold a position overnight and it wouldn't eat into my equity. I wish they let me hold a position, but because of that, I'm restricted to trading today, but I'll have my $30,000 back tomorrow to day trade. But we did trade futures and we made some money on futures. We're up 237.50 on futures. So we killed it scalping the SPY and scalping the market. And yeah, worked really well. And if you want to trade like this is Top Step. Top Step funds traders in the futures market. So they give you a demo. If you can hit their target on the demo while following their rules, and they fund you. And so it's one of the ways, like if you look at this, the E-mini contract is the same thing as the SPY. Look at BKKT, BBIG, and AMC rip, man. And listen, we called out this bounce at 1950, man. Did we not call out 1950? Look at that bounce, man. And this is why technicals are incredibly important. It's because people could say technicals don't work. You got a lot of traders out here trying to sell courses right now. But the reality of it is they don't really have a good understanding of technicals. And we called out this 1950 level, and it's important to understand why. Number one, it was a previous high of the day. You know, anytime we get a level like this, to put it into perspective for AMC, and AMC is ripping, but anytime we get a level like this that is close enough to a half or whole dollar, we're going to round up. And so instead of naming this, 1943, 1944, we're just going to call it 1950. And so, we're going to look at this in terms of a $half level at 1950. And so we're going to make it right there. And so because of that, we can predict pullbacks to previous high of the day, $half levels, and predict bounces off of them. It's not an exact science. It's not perfect, but our technicals have been pretty spot on. And BBIG ripping up. We've got AMC ripping up. We've got BKKT all ripping up right now. Anyways, back to Top Step. So on Top Step, they fund you in the futures market. So they give you a demo, and a lot of traders always try to figure out how to get around the PDT rule. Like I trade a $30,000 account, and so I have no PDT rule. I can literally buy and sell the SPY directly if I want to. But if you want to get around the PDT rule and you want to specifically trade my scalping strategies like I did here in the futures market, you can use Top Step. And Top Step funds you. And you can see it's buy market, buy, bid, sell, ask, all that good stuff. And if you look at this and you look at the E-mini contract in the futures market, it's the exact same thing as the SPY. Like if you look at this and you look at this, it's the same thing here. And so you can trade this with no PDT rule in futures, and Top Step funds you. And so they give you a demo. If you can hit their target, they fund you anywhere between 50 to 100K, over 100K in some instances. And they're regulated, located in the US, and they pay out millions every year to their profitable traders, and they fund thousands. Great way to get around the PDT rule and at least test the waters of futures without risking a bunch of money. And if you want to help support the channel, here's the link. Check it out. All right, guys, and we're probably about to close it down. I mean, we're watching some of this stuff run. I guess I could stream longer, but I think I'm just gonna end it. I mean, it's a good day. I appreciate all the new people. We had a ton of new people here today, so I appreciate meeting you all. I hope you'll join us again. We do this live for free every day. We'll probably live stream at least one earnings call this afternoon. If you have any other earnings call you want us to live stream, let us know. We've been live streaming all of them. AMC's still ripping up, man. Look at this. It's still ripping up. It's at 1980s right now. We are in a speculative market. Technical analysis can only get you so far. Market is highly manipulated. Oh, for sure. I think the market is definitely manipulated, bro. But I think that if you're trading short term, you can make money with technicals for sure. DCFC. All right, let me look at that real quick. And I'm looking at BKKT too. DCFC starting to rip up. The previous close for this is at 1570s. And then we have BKKT that we're watching pretty closely as well. Getting some nice rips up at the opening bell too. But yeah, also, guys, if you want to help support us, hit the subscribe button. Like I said, we do this live every single weekday morning. We got a ton of new subscribers today. So for that, I appreciate you guys. But the other way to support us is by checking out BitGet. BitGet is a sponsor of the channel, but they're really dope. Like BitGet, number one, they're kind of your end-all, be-all crypto platform. They let you trade crypto futures. They let you invest in cryptocurrencies. They let you copy other profitable traders. So if you look at just investing in crypto, they have Shiba Inu, they have Dogecoin, they have metaverse plays like Axie Infinity, Sandbox, Engine, and you can invest into all these different altcoins here and major coins as well. If I go to USDT, I can select metaverse and see all the metaverse stocks and what they're doing and buying and selling them directly on this platform as well. And again, you can use them if you're in the US. They are verified for US users. So you can get verified if you're in the US and copy trade crypto futures. You can go long in Bitcoin, and they do give you leverage. And so you can get up to 125 times leverage trading Bitcoin. And there's a bunch of other options as well. You can see Ethereum, you can short Bitcoin or go long in crypto futures, and they'll give you leverage, again, up to 125 times leverage. So just be careful if you do. But if you're a good trader, you might be able to capitalize on that. You could also trade crypto future, or you could also copy other profitable traders. And I think this is where they really shine because they let you do so much different stuff. If I look at ROI here, there's some copy traders that are just killing it in the crypto market. They're making money. Look at this guy, Aqua DD. Let me check it out. The first thing you want to do if you're looking at a copy trader is you want to go to copy trade and make sure they're not sitting on losses. So this dude's not sitting on any losses. He's up 716% on this platform. And it's pulled directly from the platform itself, guys. It's pulled directly from the platform. He's made $4,200 on the platform in general. And you can look at his history. So this guy had a little bit of a slump in the last few days. Going both ways. But if you scroll back, look at how green this guy is. Green, 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 red, green, green, green. And so if you want to invest, it's kind of a new age form of investing. You can literally check back his entire history of trades to see what he's doing. And this guy's made almost 1,000%, 700+% on this platform. If I go to follow here, and I can't guarantee you're going to make money with any of these guys because I really don't know. We don't know what the future holds. But I can go to fixed ratio and say I want to trade larger than he's trading. I can go to 2-to-1 and select 2-to-1 fixed ratio. Or if I want to trade half of his sizing, I can go to 0.5 fixed ratio here. And that way I'll take 50% of his sizing. If he buys 1,000, I buy 500. And then you just follow him trade for trade, super easy. Depositing money is really easy as well. I can just select USDT, which I think is the cheapest form to deposit, and say, hey, I want to buy $500 with the USDT, and I'll get my coins within 30 minutes. Again, you can be a copy trader as well. And a lot of these guys are not trading huge. And so if you look at some of these dudes, this guy's made $270 in the last 3 weeks. So he does not have a large account as a copy trader. But he's making 95% accuracy and over 190% ROI. He's traded over 5,500 times. He's got 47 people that are following him that he gets 8% of any gains that they make. If they make 100K, he gets $8,000 from that. And so you can add up fast, grow as a copy trader, do a lot of really dope stuff. You can find the BitGet link in the description. They are a sponsor of our video. They are a sponsor of our channel in general. So check this link out. Here's the link. Help support your boy. Good luck. What do I think AMC is going to end today? I think AMC is going to end at $20.30. That's my prediction. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Have no idea. AMC could just crash. I have no idea. But $20.30 seems reasonable. BKKT flying up as well. Good luck, guys. Love you all. Yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Also, guys, check out Benzinga. Benzinga is super useful. Helps you identify what's moving in the markets. You can try Benzinga out for 2 weeks without even needing a credit card number. They're the only company I've ever known to do that. They give you a free trial without even needing to give them your CC number. And so check them out. You can try them out completely free for 2 weeks. There's the link if you want to check that out. Also, guys, go subscribe to Beginner Crypto. We do have a crypto channel that we're building up. I haven't posted in about 10 days. It's been kind of hectic, but go sub to the crypto channel. We are building up a crypto channel. We've got 2 partners, Joel and Cam, that are super knowledgeable in crypto. Ton of great advice coming through on this channel. So if you want to get started in the crypto world, go subscribe here. And good luck, guys. Yeah, you can download my app as well. It's called the Squeeze app. Here's the link for that. Nightbot posted it. So you can download an app. It'll give you free short flow data, market cap data, analyst ratings, SEC filings, market cap, short volume, short float, all for free from your Android phone. So check it out. There's the link. I programmed it myself. Good luck. Love you all. Hit the sub button, and we'll see you guys next time.